Check, check. Yeah, it's okay, there we go. So if the light, okay, the light red means it's not on. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Cool, cool. Be tight. I'm going to go as far as I can here. That's nice. Thanks for sharing. Can this go a little that way but not touch that? Oh, this doesn't go? This doesn't go? Okay. So no. Okay, cool. That's fine. I'm okay with a no answer. I'm okay with a no answer. No is the answer. No, Packer.
What do you want me to do with it? Oh. Don't plan to.
We're on YouTube. So every Thursday recap. Player of the week. Sounds good. How's that work?
It will do. And then after, you just step out there.
So I'm going to control.
Yep. If you want to. I normally just.
I'm not even going to reach over there, I don't think.
Well, yeah, okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This meeting includes the game administrator of CAK, the two head coaches, the referee for tonight's game, and a representative of the security team. Each person is reviewing their responsibilities for this game. We encourage you to cheer for your team and thank you again for your cooperation throughout tonight's game. Fans, please note. As spectators, please represent our teams.
So welcome to the Hearthside pregame show, everybody, as we have entered week 9 of the high school football season. Mark Packer along with Aaron Harvey. Hard to believe we have made it this far this quickly, but here we are. And what a game we have got tonight on OEB Rivalry Friday, brought to you by Carson Newman. It's Grace and CAK. Both teams come in at 5-2 on the season. 3-1 in region play. And Aaron Harvey, this is one of those games that we've looked forward to for a while.
It is because, well, first off, this one, once we got to it, we realized, hey, this is probably for number 2 in the region. So it's a big deal for that reason. But also, this is a big rivalry game. Grace Christian's not had a football program for a heck of a long time. And CAK is actually the team that they have played more than any other team since they've been a football program. So it's a great rivalry game between the two teams.
Well, and we've seen Grace this year. I was laughing to Nick Craney, defensive coordinator for Grace, and I said, you've made it must-see TV because the opponents are averaging 35.5 points against you guys when you're on TV, and he said, thanks for nothing.
Right. That's kind of a bad, you wouldn't think that it would be that way, but yeah, you know, but wow, yeah. I know Grace is hoping.
Wow.
I know Grace is hoping that CAK doesn't put up 35 tonight.
Well, CAK will have the starting quarterback back tonight. He broke a bone in his hand about a month ago in a game against Heritage. He is back tonight. Just found that out just a few minutes ago, and that'll give CAK a nice shot in the arm.
It will. They've been running the program so far with their backup quarterback, and Sawyer Anderson. Normally, he lines up at a halfback position, so that'll allow him to move back into that position. So Moffitt can take back over at quarterback.
Well, I'll say this. We continue to have great games. A week ago on Friday night, we had Grace and Sevier County in a 33-31 barn burner of a game that was just an incredible game to watch on TV. The same could be said for last night.
Oh, man, what a game.
As Central got the win over Halls 38-35. Let's check in with Austin Price and Eric Kane for a recap of last night's Rivalry Thursday thriller.
Thanks, Mark. Here on Rivalry Thursday, a back-and-forth barn burner between Central and Halls. The Battle of Black Oak Ridge goes to the Bobcats. Let's take a look at the action late first half. Caden Long going to find 6, and that puts Central up 24-21.
Yeah, phenomenal game for him. Right here in the second half, it's Amari Lefko that answers right back. His third rushing touchdown to put Halls back in front.
You look at Central, they made plays all night long. Caden Long right here, this gives Central the lead early in the fourth quarter.
Halls again answers right back. This is Daniel getting it in to the line, the gain for the touchdown. Ball comes loose, but he crossed the plane there. Halls retakes the lead in the play of the game.
Yep, 4th and 17, throws it up top, and he finds his man, that being Naj Taylor, takes the hit, powers into the checkerboards, and Central gets the win. What a fantastic back-and-forth tilt, as Central now has the, not a lock, but the inside track to be the 2 seed in this region.
Yep, rivalry game that's named. They played for a trophy. The game was fantastic. What a night here in Halls.
Mark, back to you over there at CAK.
Yeah, what a game that was last night. Incredible matchup as Central got the win and essentially got a home playoff game. And we'll see what happens. Rivalry Thursday and Rivalry Friday brought to you by Ted Russell Ford, the official auto partner of the Rivalry brand. 2 TRF locations in Knoxville, 1 Ted Russell Lincoln to serve you and your family. So, and here's the thing. We've had 2 great games in a row, back-to-back. The last Friday game with Grace and Sevier County, and then last night. I mean, can tonight be that good? I guess it can be.
Honestly, I expect it to be. And
really?
There's a couple reasons why. If Vegas was trying to put a line on this, I believe that they might want to make Grace a maybe touchdown. About a touchdown favorite, maybe 10-point favorite. But CAK's had 2 weeks to prepare. Also, they're getting their quarterback back, so you don't know what to expect there. And coming off of a win as high as Grace had against Sevier County, a lot of teams the next week will play a little sluggish, maybe not up to their full potential. So I think CAK has spent both weeks preparing for Grace.
I will say this, though. Justin Price said that he does think it's a positive that after the Sevier County game and the high that was, that they have this opportunity to have a rivalry game, because that opens your eyes up wide from the very beginning. Hey, the Blitz is coming your way tonight on the WBIR. My first trip back to the studio at WBIR over 20 years. I started that show 30 years ago. Let's head back to studio as Emily Ray Cochran takes a look at the Blitz Players of the Week.
It's time for Week 7 Player of the Week accolades. We've got a player from Carnes and then another on defense all the way out in McMinn County. Let's start with some crazy offensive numbers from Carnes wide receiver Weston Ritter. In the 51-12 dominant win over Mo East last week, Ritter had 5 catches for 104 yards and 4 touchdowns. Yes, you heard that correct. 4 of 5 of his catches were taken into the end zone. And on senior night, too, Ritter is also a captain his senior year and says all the recognition this year has been special.
I mean, I feel like it's an honor. Captain's a really big deal. It's really representing Carnes, not just the community, but the school as a whole. I'm just blessed. I had a lot of people coming up to me from the team just saying, here, I'm voting for you. I'm voting for you. And a lot of people in the school as well, they were just sitting there like, hey, I'm sitting on here, just voting. I was like, I appreciate it. I really do.
Over on defense, this week's honors goes to McMinn Central's Bradley Mayfield. The defensive end had a big game in the Chargers' win 33-0 over Sequoia, totaling 6 tackles, 3 sacks, and 1 interception. The Chargers are on a roll as of late, winning 3 of their last 4 games. But Mayfield said he's not focused on the past, only on who they're playing each week.
I play the same no matter what. I give my 100% every game, but just because it's the end of the year, I have to lock in more. I don't worry about the past games. I worry about what's ahead of me, and we all get ready for the next game.
Carnes is on a bye this week, but the Beavers play West in 2 weeks, while McMinn Central has Telco Plains slated on their schedule for this Friday. I'll send things back to you.
Emily Ray, thank you. And once again, we'll look forward to tonight. Here are some of the games that we'll have for you this evening as Elijah Nixon and I'll get you taken care of tonight. The girls are in Tuscaloosa, getting ready for Tennessee and Alabama. Oakdale and Greenback, the 10 tailgate game of the week. Grace and CAK, obviously our game here. Alcoa at Heritage. Good luck to Joe Acevet. Jefferson County and Powell, as the Panthers are still undefeated. And a key game in Region 2-5A, which is where we were last night. Powell's kind of got that thing wrapped up. But West and William Blount, if West is going to make the playoffs, they have to beat the Governors tonight. So we'll keep our eye on that one, West and William Blount, coming up tonight. All those scores and highlights tonight on the 10 Sports Blitz. Any of the games that, Aaron Harvey, that aren't on that list that you say they're games to keep an eye on?
Well, I don't know. I know Wartburg and Coalfield are playing tonight. That's a really big rivalry game, but Coalfield should win by as many ever as they want to. Unfortunately for them, that game's actually named the Hoot Bowl, and it's after we talked about it earlier. Jim Hoot Gibson, first and last. First place he coached was Coalfield. The last place he coached was Wartburg, and so that's named after him. And now his grandson is the head coach at Wartburg. So that's an interesting game tonight.
That's good. All right, let's we'll keep you updated on all those throughout the game tonight, and then once again on the 10 Sports Blitz. Let's take a break. We will visit Justin Price. We'll check in with Sophie Starkey. Coming up next as we inch our way towards OEB Rivalry Friday, brought to you by Carson Newman. You are watching the Hearthside Bank pregame show.
High school sports is bigger than the players in the game. It's all about communities, screaming fans, the bands, cheer teams, and mascots. Oh, and the dogs. Just like high school sports, OEB Law is all about results. Hi, I'm Tim Elrod, and the OEB Law team is dedicated to giving you the game-winning results you deserve. OEB Law, just results. 546-1111.
Hey, East Tennessee, ready to save big? It's all at Hammer's Dry Goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock-bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks? Ladies' game day gear? We've got it all, and it's priced to move. And when you shop Hammer's, you keep your money local, supporting our schools, our students, and our community. Hammer's Dry Goods. Tradition, value, hometown pride, and savings you can feel. Get to Hammer's today.
Kathy May Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy May Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
The free medical clinic offers primary care at no cost to the working poor. Every day, thousands of families live in fear, afraid to get sick or injured because they have no insurance and low income. But FMC removes that fear. We help people get back to work, back to school, and back on their feet, keeping our families healthy and our economy moving forward, especially for our rural and minority neighbors. With a full suite of services, top-tier medical professionals, FMC is redefining what healthcare looks like for the underserved. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
Hi, welcome back to the Hearthside Bank pregame show as we work our way towards kickoff between Grace and CAK at the top of the hour. A great facility done by Baseline Sports Construction, and Will Ferguson and his group did an incredible job on this field. 2-5-2 teams tonight, 2 teams 3-1 in region play, and you talk about the playoffs starting in a few weeks. You know, the playoffs kind of start for all intents and purposes tonight for both of these teams.
Yeah, so we talk about how confusing the new format could be for the public school division, Division 1, but for Division 2, if you're not used to it, it's nuts because they've got basically 3 regions. You've got East, West, and Middle, obviously, for the 3 grand divisions. And so the number 2 team is matched up with the number 2 team, or for like the number 4 team from another region across the state, and it's crazy. Anyway, the moral to the story is you want to finish as high in the region as possible.
1 or 2. If you're 1 or 2 in your region, you know you're going to have a first-round playoff game at home,
which is huge,
and that is the key. All right, hey, let's head down. Sophie Starkey had a chance to sit down and visit with the head football coach of Grace Christian. That is Justin Price.
Coach, one of the best games of the season last week, taking down the defending state champs. Has the environment changed at all around Grace?
Well, you know, I think in a moment like that, when you win a game like that, you do want to give our players, our community a chance to enjoy it. But at the same time, when you come to work on Monday, you got to flip the script in sports because, you know, you can learn from the previous game, but at the end of the day, you're not carrying too much over with you. So I feel like our kids are coming in confident, which I think they were confident going into that game, but it's just a big night for us last week.
Speaking of confidence, Jace Ballard, all over the field, great game last week. What gives you confidence in him every time he has the ball?
Well, he's just electric with it. You know, we feel like anytime he gets, he's got an opportunity to score, and you know, and so we want to use that to our advantage as much as we can. And obviously, teams are going to try to take him away, and we do have some other guys that can do it as well. So it's fun to watch these guys play. And Jace is he's a unselfish player, but at the same time, you know, when he gets the ball, it's fun to watch.
Looking at tonight's game, big rivalry. Both teams are 5-2. What challenges is presented tonight?
Well, obviously CAK is well coached. You know, their style of offense can control the game if you don't try to get if you give them, you know, 3 or 4 yards at a time. So we got to try to get their offense off the field, get our offense back out there to score some points, and you know, defensively they're just sound. Their kids play hard, so it's obviously going to be an electric night here tonight. So it's going to be a fun experience.
Thanks, Coach.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, and Justin Price obviously coming off the high of what they have done this year, especially on TV. Here they are 5-2 as OEB Rivalry Friday is brought to you by Carson Newman University. Lots going on over on Mossy Creek in Jefferson City, and our thanks to Carson Newman for jumping on board again this year. Justin, it's been must-see TV for Grace this year. They just scored again against Webb just about 5 minutes ago. And then the win against Sevier County, I mean, they have been must-see TV.
It has been. And if you'd have told me or asked me who was going to win that game last week, I would have said Sevier County going away.
100%.
And that's not at all what happened. And it was because Grace was able to control the clock and keep Sevier County's offense off the field. That's just, they had a game plan, they executed it. As simple as that, and it made for a very exciting game.
So one of the key players for Grace Christian, and we have called his name. We know this guy well. It's Caden Weber. Austin Price had a chance to sit down and visit with the Grace Star.
You're at Grace with Caden Weber. Caden, you're an offensive guy. You're a defensive guy. They kind of use you on the field at all times. You're playing nearly the whole game, special teams as well. What do you feel like you bring to the table?
I just feel like my ability to play both sides, I feel like it plays into a big factor for defense because I can be used on offense, and then on defense I like to just go up and tackle people and make the play.
I feel like you made such an impact on defense this year, just watching your games a lot. I feel like, you know, you're in double-digit tackles a bunch, you and Jackson Coffey. What do you feel like allowed you to have success defensively?
I think Coach Graney's play calling, he's sending me off the edge a lot, and I feel like that's made me be able to be in the spot to make plays and get tackles for loss.
Do you like that, being able to come off the edge?
Yeah, it's just like a receiver like coming off the route, and it's just I'm able to like prey on the running back pretty much and go make the tackle.
Wide receiver wise, and then they use you as a running back as well. Like, what do you feel like you bring to the table on offense?
I feel like once they start keying on Jace, they can throw over the top, and I feel like that deep post, I like to run that, and I feel like it's a good route.
For you, I know football means a lot to you. Where do you feel like you continue to get better?
I think I can always improve on my route running, and another thing I'd like to improve on is my speed, but my game speed is different than my 40 speed. I think that's a big factor too.
How do you get better in those areas?
Just training and just continue to do it over and over again until it improves.
Like when you're talking to the Grace staff and they're going over with your game, you know, like what are some of the key points that they hit that you're doing well?
I get good separation, and I feel like my route running right now is pretty good, but there's still things I can work on, of course.
What do you like about this year's team?
I just think that everyone's stepping up, and I like that because like everyone just doubting us coming to the season because we got Terry on out, and now we lost our starting quarterback. And I just feel like it just like brings our team together that everyone's stepping up and we still make good plays.
I feel like this is the deepest Grace team that you've had since you've been here?
Yes, sir.
As offensive line, defensive line, skill guys?
Yes, I feel like our offensive line is just like almost unstoppable. I feel like they're the best in the state, and I think that our receivers they're all good too.
All right, here with the glue piece for the Grace Rams on both offense and defense. You never know, maybe a little special teams as well. Caden Weber.
Well, and one of the cool things here at CAK is this inflatable helmet that they've got. They bring this thing out. We see this sometimes at the state championships when we go to Chattanooga at the Blue Cross Bowls. And so Sophie Starkey is getting in position over there. Sophie, I guess let's go to you now. This is kind of a cool deal.
This is really cool, Mark. I've seen a couple. Bearden had a blow up, but this is by far the biggest one I've seen yet. I kind of think I might want to run through it and get the full CAK Warrior experience, because this would hype me up.
Yeah, and let's talk about the tradition here. I mean, you were raised in West Knoxville. You went to Concord. You know the private school scene. This Grace CAK game is a big one.
Absolutely. This was the game that kids from our school know about. People would come out from different schools to watch this rivalry. It should be a great show out tonight.
Yeah, no question about it. And you've got the Matlock kick for tires at halftime.
Absolutely, we do, with special appearance from one of the coach's sons. So you got to stick around and see who it is.
There we go. All right, Sophie, thank you. We'll get back to her in just a little bit. Looking forward to that at halftime, as Joe Matlock is a CAK alum, and so this is a game that means a lot to him. So Joe Matlock will be out here tonight to do the Matlock kick for tires. Hey, let's take a break right here. You're watching the Hearthside Bank pregame show as we inch our way towards OEB Law Rivalry Friday. It's Grace and CAK at the top of the hour.
To pay for stuff, spending. I do not know. Big, candy. Spend me. Use me to buy stuff.
It's never too early to learn more about personal finance. At Hearthside Bank, we work closely with our community to help meet your goals and achieve your financial dreams. Hearthside Bank, always within reach. Member FDIC.
A beacon of hope in a world of high prices. Ted Russell Ford is East Tennessee's #1 volume Ford dealer. At the super dealer, you choose how to conquer the road. Gas, diesel, hybrid, or all electric. Right now, get up to $10,000 off MSRP on select Ford F-150s. Come see the super dealer today at either Ted Russell Ford location, Parkside Drive, or Kingston Pike.
High school sports is bigger than the players in the game. It's all about communities, screaming fans, the bands, cheer teams, and mascots. Oh, and the dogs. Just like high school sports, OEB Law is all about results. Hi, I'm Tim Elrod, and the OEB Law team is dedicated to giving you the game-winning results you deserve. OEB Law, just results. 546-1111.
Stadium. The great Christian community that is Grace Christian, as well as the great Christian community that is the Christian Academy of Knoxville, I pray that we honor you with our actions and sportsmanship tonight. We ask for all of these things in your precious name. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen,
and welcome back to CAK as the prayer before the game, and then our national anthem. And then we'll step aside and get ready for kickoff. Wonderful job by the kids here at CAK. Let's step aside. Just a few more things to take care of before we hit kickoff with Grace Christian 5-2, CAK 5-2 at the top of the hour.
Hi, I'm Matt Marshall with Exterior Home Solutions.
Hi, I'm Dustin Woodson, also with Exterior Home Solutions.
We are now easier than ever to find, right off of I-75 and Merchants Road.
It's a new location, but the same trusted expertise in roofing and siding that you've come to trust over the past 25 years.
Local quality craftsmanship, licensed and insured.
For the best and most trusted name in roofing and siding, scan the QR code on your screen.
Exterior Home Solutions, when it has to be the best.
Yeah. Hi, honey. I know you're super busy right now, but I ordered some ribeyes and a few other things for curbside pickup at Food City. Can you grab it on your way home?
Sure thing, hon. Gotta run. Wait, did you get some of those twice baked potatoes? Mm-hmm. Okay, love ya. Really gotta run.
Got a lot going on? Let the professional shoppers do the work for you. Just set a pickup time and your groceries will be ready. Try curbside pickup at Food City today.
Oh, sorry. We need dog food, too.
Life is too full of opportunity to be left in the dark. Your financial journey can be confusing. When you have questions, we provide clarity. When there's a new opportunity, we're here to help kindle the flame. We root for your success and help you reach your potential. We're the bank that you can depend on for guidance, and we're always within reach.
And our thanks, as always, to Jim and Nick's for providing our pregame meal tonight. Spectacular hamburgers tonight, brownies, all the fixins. And you can partake in Jim and Nick's right outside of Westtown Mall. Better get there early because lunch is always crowded. And if you've got an event, maybe you want to get ready for Tennessee, Alabama tomorrow or a Tennessee game, place that order at Jim and Nick's and they will have you ready to go. We will quickly step aside and get you ready for kickoff. It is a packed house here at CAK as the Warriors and the Rams of Grace and CAK will do battle coming up right after this.
I still have spots on my glasses, even with the most expensive cleaners.
Whoa, Aqua Clear can fix that.
If I don't squeegee this, I still see spots.
Are you tired of still seeing spots? Aqua Clear can fix that.
Faded laundry again?
Aqua Clear can fix that.
Hey guys, we got a special guest coach today. Catholic alum, Tennessee great, Cooper Mate.
Thanks, Coach. Let's see what your boys got.
That's it. Come on. Let's go. Drop.
Hey, bring it up. Nice work today, man. Y'all hungry? Yeah. We got some Aubreys. Let's eat. Aubreys. Real comfort, real food, real good.
More fingers, Mr. Mays?
Yes, please.
Hi, I'm Laura Ash. I'm a State Farm agent here in West Knoxville. I love to serve all of East Tennessee for all of your home, car, life, and business insurance. If you need anything insurance related, give us a call at 675-0888.
I'm Tennessee basketball player JP Estrella. Let me give you a tour here of the offices at Knoxville Smiles. Dr. Costa is placing implants with a robot and it's all done digitally. There's no guessing with this since it's all robotic. Dr. Wilco is the newest addition to the office. He loves to research the latest and greatest in technology, so the other doctors go to him for the newest product information and techniques. Dr. Malone is building teeth in the mouth. To him, cosmetic bonding is more like artwork. He does this without cutting your teeth down. It's all about building them up. Guys, we still have a problem. Y'all have a bigger chair?
The following live sports broadcast is brought to you by Pac-Man HD Productions.
What a spectacular night for football here at CAK. Picture perfect skies, third weekend of October. There's a little football game tomorrow, but a little football game tonight as well. Soapy Starkey down on the sideline with CAK head coach Chad Spec.
Coach, huge rivalry game tonight. Both teams are 5-2. Grace coming off of a big win. What's the key for your team this match tonight?
Yeah, it's just to be us. Be who we are. Play to our standard. Don't play to the scoreboard. Don't get caught up in all the hype, and just be exactly who we are.
And this team has a mix of veterans and young guys like we talked about earlier this week. What are you the most proud of them on a week-to-week basis?
We've had phenomenal senior leadership all year. They've bought into who we're trying to be. Nobody cares who gets the credit. We can make for a special team, and they've really brought the young guys along, and we're excited to see what happens tonight.
And Coach, how can you set the tone early in this game?
We got to limit their explosive plays and run the football.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thank you.
CAK will get the football to start this thing off. And so their opportunity to ground and pound, run that clock, Aaron Harvey, which is goal number one when you play this explosive Grace offense.
Yeah, Grace has a lot of explosive plays. So what's interesting is, I said earlier, the way Grace beat Sevier County last week is they controlled the clock and picked up first downs by running the football. CAK can actually use that same playbook to keep them in this game and give themselves a chance to win it late by doing the same thing.
And here we go with a deep kick that will go into the end zone. So the Warriors will start at their own 20-yard line, and a familiar face is back at quarterback.
Yeah, Seton Moffitt coming off. I believe he only got to play one game before he got injured. So it has been Sawyer Anderson taking up the quarterback duties. Normally, he plays halfback. He'll be able to move back into that position tonight, which obviously will help CAK as well.
Aerial coverage is brought to you by Gatlinburg Sky Park. As the Mountains are calling, make sure you partake in that sunrise breakfast up at Gatlinburg Sky Park. Let's get things started with the CAK offense. And as Aaron said, the quarterback Seton Moffitt is back. He is a sophomore on play number one, about 5 tough yards for Ryan Gibson. And what CAK coaches will tell you is that having the quarterback back, no disrespect to the youngster who's been in there, but this is their guy.
Yeah. Yeah, and you see right there, they also love to run the football a lot. So this isn't your Uncle CAK team. You're not going to have Charlie High out there at Davis Howell. This CAK team loves to run the football. It is what they do. So having their starting quarterback in there is going to help out with that.
I like bringing out some of those familiar names of the championship days. Charlie High and Josh Smith and Davis Howell out there running around, son of Todd Howell, meteorologist at WBIR.
Yeah, they love to throw the football. It was exciting to watch, throwing it 40, 50 times a game. That's not this CAK team at all.
Smokey's stat stuffer focuses on Ryan Gibson running the football. 170 carries this year, 820 yards, 12 touchdowns. So if CAK is going to win this game, Ryan Gibson, number 4, is going to have a big night. Rolling out left, looking to throw, finds his receiver. They'll get the first down at the 35.
Yeah, that one goes complete to Colin Kreider coming from that tight end position. And that's what CAK has to do, move the sticks, keep that offense on the field, and keep Grace's offense off the field.
Well, the 2 times that we have had Grace on TV this year, they've combined to score 103 points.
Yeah. Well, you don't expect it, especially like last week against Sevier County, for instance. They were running down the play clock all the way to 3-2 before they would snap the football, and then they ran it most of the game. You don't expect it, but, man, they had some huge explosive plays in that game as well.
So 1st down and 10 at the 35 for CAK on an absolutely gorgeous night. They'll hand off inside to the big running back, and a 3-yard carry.
Yeah, Ryan Gibson had that 800 yards on the season. He is the workhorse. And you see the frame that he's got. He is a big, big man running that football. Hard guy to bring down.
And this right here is exactly what CAK wants. See that little number that's moving on the bottom right portion of your screen? You see the guys standing around? That's what they want.
Yep. Exactly. This is what we saw Grace do against Sevier County last week as well.
Inside handoff again, but there's the Grace defense for a gang tackle at the line of scrimmage, and easy on the extracurriculars. John Ward, our referee tonight, will be happy to throw a flag your direction.
No gain on the play.
Yeah, Sean Dalton getting in there for Grace Christian getting that tackle.
Our officials tonight, John Ward is our referee, not that one. Isaac Mobley, Jordan Fout, Dale Bandy, Daryl Brown, Caleb Gramlich, August McGill, Mike Moore, and Bill Davis. And CB45 on the sideline making a cameo as he called the South Green Concord game this afternoon at 2:30.
Oh.
Looking to throw. A nice timing pattern behind the receiver, and there are no flags.
Ooh. I'd like to see the replay on that, because looking at it live, it certainly seemed like there was a lot of contact there. And Coach Spec is saying the same thing.
So a 4th down and 8 coming, as thanks to Colossal Productions, everybody in the stadium will see the replay tonight. Moffitt with the incomplete pass, and now a punting situation for the Warriors. High snap and a nice punt into the East Tennessee air, and Jace Ballard going to let this one go, and it will take a CAK bounce inside the 15 down to about the 10, and that's where the Warriors will down the football. So here comes the Grace offense. J.V. Stinson, the running back. Jace Ballard, we know all the guys for Grace.
Yeah, Jace Ballard, you said that one of the Price twins pointed to him and said, hey, that's the best player on the field tonight. And he proved it. That's exactly what it was last weekend. And punt returner, that was a great punt by CAK to keep the ball out of his hands and disallow him from returning that football, because he is electric.
You know, I'm going to be real honest. I thought it was coach speak when they said it.
Yeah.
Just because every coach is going to say, yeah, my player out there's the best one. But, boy, he proved it last week.
Played brilliantly.
Starting at their own 10-yard line, inside handoff to little J.V. Stinson, and here he goes. Out past the 20, quicker than a hiccup to the 22-yard line.
Saw him out earlier running sprints, getting ready for this game, and he is all muscle. He's a very impressive freshman. Remember, he wasn't even supposed to be the starting running back this year. It was supposed to be Terrion Thomas.
His older brother.
Yeah, who got hurt and is having to miss this season.
But who will be back next year.
Yeah.
And he is down there supporting his team each and every game. I always kid him and say, you still faking it? And he always looks and says, I would be out there if I could. Quick pass to the outside. Boom. Jace Ballard gets absolutely tattooed on what would be the Joe Newberg collision of the game on a Thursday.
Yeah, if you're going to play Jace Ballard, that's the way to do it. You've got to tackle him as soon as he catches that football.
Isaac Canna on the tackle. And a 2nd down and 15.
Who can tackle Jace Ballard? Isaac Canna. I said it right. Isaac Canna. Yeah.
Swing pass to the near side, and here's Ballard. Here is Ballard cutting back out to the 41-yard line, who will get the first down.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people made fun of Dave Clawson when he got hired at UT back in, 2008, because one of the things he said was, what we want to do on offense, and there's a flag on the field, what we want to do on offense is get the ball to our playmakers in space. And, of course, it sounds so stupid.
Offense, replay, second down.
Because, I mean, it's so simple, but it's true. And that's what Grace does with Jace Ballard. Just give it to your playmaker and let him make plays.
Well, spectacular shots tonight from Scotty Liston Vision out there, and the horizon is just spectacular. There's some pinks and some reds out there on the skyline. Just a beautiful night for football.
And a gorgeous campus as well.
So what was a first down out past the 40 is now a second down at the 14-yard line. Inside handoff, they fake like it's a pass, and when you run the football like that, you give it to Stinson, pick up 13 yards on a 2nd and 14, and you're close.
Moves the sticks immediately. Nothing too fancy about that.
15 yards on a 2nd and 14.
And that's just simple football. Give it to your running back and let him run straight up the middle untouched.
So first down and 10 out at the 33-yard line, we'll call it. Halfway through the first quarter, inside handoff to Stinson. And even when he runs backwards, he picks up 6 yards.
How about that? Oh, man. I wonder if he turned the backup alarm on to let people know, hey, watch out.
Tonight's broadcast would not be possible without the efforts of Naomi Jones. I want to thank her tonight up here in the broadcast booth as she is running the show while texting friends. Second down and 4 at the 40. I'll be honest, I'm proud of this whole crew as everyone has come together to do a really nice job on Fridays. But here's where they run that the Wildcat, if you will, and Ballard will lose a yard. One of the few times Grace has lost any yardage on any play this year.
Yeah. Jace Ballard is a monster with the football. 19 total touchdowns when you account for him running the football and receiving the football. What a shot there.
Spectacular. And the shake is the stadium shaking because everyone for CAK is stomping. There's no weather catastrophe coming. Just welcome to CAK. They'll swing this one out to Ballard. Ballard just needs 4. Ballard's going to get a lot more. Ballard is going to get a touchdown. 61 yards. Welcome to the game, Jace Ballard. It's Grace that strikes first.
And I'm looking. I don't see any flags on the play. So that one is going to stand, and, man, that gives Jace Ballard his 20th touchdown on the year. Amazing. 10 rushing, 10 receiving for Jace Ballard.
Watch Ballard to the outside just this quickly, and when I say quickly, I mean quickly. There is no catching that guy as number 2 takes it to the house. A stoppage on the play on the extra point. Well, they can't call it back now. We've already given it to them.
On the defense, number 25, replay, the untimed down.
So is Grace going to try to...
I'm a little confused. Would you not put that on the kickoff or go half the distance and then go for 2? Because you made the extra point.
Well, unless the extra point didn't count because it was a dead ball.
Okay.
I didn't.
We needed somebody smarter than me. Oh, what a great shot down there. Chris Brickey all over it. Extra point is up, and it is good. And 7-0 is the score. Let's take our first break of the night. Grace Christian had the football one time. Grace Christian has scored one time. 7-0 on OEB Law Rivalry Friday, brought to you by Carson Newman.
High school sports is bigger than the players in the game. It's all about communities, screaming fans, the bands, cheer teams, and mascots. Oh, and the dogs. Just like high school sports, OEB Law is all about results. Hi, I'm Tim Elrod, and the OEB Law team is dedicated to giving you the game-winning results you deserve. OEB Law, just results. 546-1111.
Hey, East Tennessee, ready to save big? It's all at Hammer's Dry Goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock-bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks? Ladies' game day gear? We've got it all, and it's priced to move. And when you shop Hammer's, you keep your money local, supporting our schools, our students, and our community. Hammer's Dry Goods. Tradition, value, hometown pride, and savings you can feel. Get to Hammer's today.
The free medical clinic offers primary care at no cost to the working poor. Every day, thousands of families live in fear, afraid to get sick or injured because they have no insurance and low income. But FMC removes that fear. We help people get back to work, back to school, and back on their feet, keeping our families healthy and our economy moving forward, especially for our rural and minority neighbors. With a full suite of services, top-tier medical professionals, FMC is redefining what healthcare looks like for the underserved. For more information, go to fmcor.org.
In East Tennessee, work isn't just a job, it's who we are. For over a century, Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local 102 has helped to build this region from the ground up with sweat, skill, and pride. Don't gamble on unskilled labor. At Local 102, our members train in a state-of-the-art facility with advanced real-world instruction, ensuring they deliver top-tier work from day one. Good work, good wages, local jobs. Local 102. Building today, fighting for tomorrow.
Welcome back. We have our first score of the game. A Jace Ballard 62-yard touchdown and a 7-0 Grace lead. And as they're kicking the football off, let's go ahead and bring Sophie Starkey in. Sophie, the Ballard kid, what a story this kid is.
Absolutely. This is a guy who you see all around the field. He was the MVP last week, and based on that touchdown, you can see why. This kid can really move. And I spoke to Coach Price earlier this week, and he said he's such a versatile, skilled, and mature player that they want to get him the ball as much as possible, because more often than not, when Jace Ballard has the ball, he is going to score, hoping to have another great night tonight.
Yeah, he's off to a good start. There's no question about that. Sophie, thank you. 7-0, the early lead for Grace. And if you're CAK, Mark Packer along with Aaron Harvey, Aaron, you know, your CAK, you got to answer every time.
Yeah, you just got hit in the mouth. You got to go out and you got to look at that scoreboard like it's still 0-0. Just play your game and keep the drives moving.
Quarterback to the outside, and they'll very quickly, I'm sure, go back to the running back, Ryan Gibson, who is Melanie Sperling's cousin, by the way. Not that anybody knows Melanie Sperling, but because I've gotten a text message about that from my friend Wes Sperling, I thought I would mention that. You may see Wes and I on the basketball court together. He's the tall one, I'm the short one, but we'll be working together again as basketball starts here in just a few weeks. But glad that Melanie Sperling is watching tonight. Can't tell you how excited we are that you're a huge fan of Rivalry Friday. I made that up.
It's true, though.
2nd down and 6, and there he is off left tackle, running over defenders. And I think they blew that one dead before the football came out.
But here CAK is with another important 3rd down. Got to keep these drives moving, which means you got to convert on 3rd down.
3rd down and 5 at their own 25-yard line. Big play here. Quick pass across the middle. Catch is made, 1st down. They needed that, and they got it. The completion to number 11, that is Gabriel Linkus.
And Linkus has accounted for 60% of all receiving yards for CAK. So they want to run the football, they want to pound that football, but when they do throw it, 60% of the time when they're picking up yards, it is Mr. Linkus.
You know, and you hate to say early, boy, you had to have that one. But down 7-0 against this high-powered offense, you cannot fall down 2-3 possessions.
Yeah, if Grace hadn't have scored as easily as they did that last possession, then maybe you're not so quick to say that. But it's just the reality of the situation.
1st down, using the speed to the outside. And Grace will make the tackle. It's always frustrating to me when I watch a player as Isaac Canna comes up with his helmet off. If you're a young player and you're running to the right, put the ball in the right hand. Don't leave it in the inside hand.
Right, where someone can strip it, and it almost was stripped. You can see that replay there. So
pick up of 5 yards, 2nd down and 5, and a very quick moving first quarter. A lot of running tonight.
That's the way it's going to be.
I just jinxed us. Brad Jones just snapped at me and said, "Don't say that again." 2nd down and 5. They'll play fake. Across his body throw, an incomplete pass, and a 3rd and 5. And that's the risk that you run when you know that Gibson's picking up big chunks of yardage. You're tempted to give it to him over and over again. You want balance, but goodness, he's getting chunks for you.
Yeah, you want to be able to just change it up a little bit just to keep the defense honest, as they say. And that is a completion that should have been made over the middle.
Well, they try to get it to their best player.
Yeah.
Chad Spec will tell you that number 22, Colin Kreider, is their best player both sides of the football. So here they are again, another 3rd down and 5. Quarterback rolling out, looking to throw, under duress and intercepted. This one is picked off by number 42. We've talked about this guy over and over again, but Caden Weber comes through with the interception, and the Rams are in business in CAK territory.
Yeah, you don't want to give them any kind of good field position if you're CAK, and that's what just happened. Moffitt was under a lot of pressure and let that one go on the run, rolling to his right, probably shouldn't have. So now CAK back in business.
This is one of those downs with the young quarterback Cooper Brayman. As much as you want to give it to Stinson or Ballard, do you play fake and take that shot on a quick change of possession?
Well, maybe that is to Ballard, though.
So they'll hand off to Stinson inside, and he is bottled up in a hurry and then buried.
Enjoy that if you're CAK, because that's not a position that Stinson ends up in very often. But good penetration up front for CAK.
Well, you watch Ballard in the slot at the top of your screen. Stinson to the left. It's funny that everywhere Justin and Matt Price have gone, their teams have had success, but a nice stop here by CAK at the line of scrimmage.
That's going to bring up a 3rd and long, and I don't think Grace is going to run another play.
Yeah, that should take us to the end of the first quarter. Good quarter for Grace Christian. 5-2 against 5-2. A key region game right now. It's the Rams with the lead on OEB Law Rivalry Friday, brought to you by Carson Newman.
High school sports is bigger than the players in the game. It's all about communities, screaming fans, the bands, cheer teams, and mascots. Oh, and the dogs. Just like high school sports, OEB Law is all about results. Hi, I'm Tim Elrod, and the OEB Law team is dedicated to giving you the game-winning results you deserve. OEB Law, Just results, 546-1111.
Thank you so much for visiting us today. I really appreciate your... What in the world?
Hey! Whoa! Save it for Rivalry Thursday, guys!
To pay for stuff, spending.
I do not know.
Big, candy. Spend me. Use me to buy stuff.
It's never too early to learn more about personal finance. At Hearthside Bank, we work closely with our community to help meet your goals and achieve your financial dreams. Hearthside Bank, always within reach. Member FDIC.
What's up, guys? It's Devin Driscoll, owner of D1 Sports Training with locations in Hardin Valley and Blount County. If you're looking to take your athlete's sports performance to the next level or increase your overall sports performance and fitness, reach out to us at one of our locations in Hardin Valley or in Blount.
It's the Ask Coach Heupel Show.
Hello, and welcome to Ask Coach Heupel. Brent writes, Coach, know any good dad jokes? Yeah. This has been Ask Coach Heupel.
Rivalry Friday is brought to you by OEB Law, Carson Newman University, Ted Russell Ford, and Hammers. Welcome back to CAK. Let's head down to Sophie Starkey down on the sideline with defensive coordinator Matt Price.
Coach Matt, great first quarter for Grace, an interception and a touchdown. How to keep the edge going into quarter two?
Well, I think with their offense, you got to get them off the field or they're going to milk the clock on you. And then offensively right now, we got to take advantage of the turnover and try to keep that momentum going on our side.
Speaking of two guys on your offense, Javi Stinson and Jace Ballard, huge putting up yards for your team. How have you seen them perform so far this season?
They're so explosive, so you're just trying different ways to get them the ball in space because they're tough to tackle.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Sophie, good job. Thank you. 7-0 as we go to the second quarter. Grace with the lead thanks to a 62-yard touchdown by Jace Ballard. Keep you updated on some other scores. Alcoa up on Heritage and a shocking score, 14-0. Tornadoes with the lead.
Yeah, that was sarcastic, right? That's not shocking.
Just a tad bit shocking. 3rd down and 11 for Grace in what you would consider 4-down territory inside the 40 at the 38. Brayman, the quarterback, 3 receivers near side, feels pressure. Flag comes in. He'll get it out to Ballard, who will make a lot of CAK players miss. He is a slippery guy, but let's see what the flag is on the far side of the field.
Illegal formation on the offense. 5 in the backfield. Replay, 3rd down.
And once again, on a big play by Ballard, a penalty negates the big play.
Yeah, and Brayman under a lot of pressure. You'll see on the replay, somehow able to get that football out, and it was an ugly pass because his arm was tipped, but you see how special Ballard is as he just turns into an Alcoa tornado himself with as many times as he spun when he got hit. 3rd and long, big opportunity for the CAK defense.
Yeah, 3rd down and about 15 and a half. And I would apologize for the shaky cameras, but it is just simply the stadium that we're in and what is a rivalry game. Brayman rolling right.
Another flag.
Another flag comes in as he'll get it to his big receiver, Weber. And Weber will push the pile down close to 1st down yardage, I believe just shy. But let's see what the flag is.
That's along the CAK sideline.
Illegal formation.
Wow.
On the offense, 5 players in the backfield. Replay, 3rd down.
See, now here's what happens with John Ward. If you do the same thing too many times, he starts getting mad. Did you see the little attitude there? Okay, illegal formation again.
It's like, hey, you guys did it last time. We caught it. Just cut it out.
And you've essentially converted twice. So now you've got a 3rd down and goodness, we'll call it 21 yards.
can confirm there are not 5 men in the backfield this time.
Brayman with 3 receivers to the near side. Brayman stands in there tall and takes a shot deep. There are all kinds of Warrior defenders there. A flag comes in on this one. Wow.
Oh, man. And, yeah, there was a lot of contact.
I mean, the wide receiver kind of just ran into the hornet's nest with 3 defenders right there.
Yeah. That's exactly what happened. See on this replay right there, that's where the pass interference came.
Pass interference on the defense, number 5. Replay, 3rd down.
Yeah, he said number 5. I actually think it was number 1, Sawyer Anderson.
Well, and because it was 3rd down and 21, you don't get the first down.
Not in high school.
But now a 3rd down and 7. So do you hand off to Stinson on 3rd down and 7? I mean, most teams you say no, but when you've got J.V. Stinson next to you doing what he's been doing, averaging over 10 yards a carry, you might just hand it off to him. And that's what they'll do. They'll give it to Stinson, who will turn the legs for the first down.
Man, that young man had no business making a first down right there, but he is just all muscle.
He's such a low center of gravity that there's no defense that's really figured out how to stop this kid. So a 1st down and 10, they converted 3 times, and the last one stuck.
Yeah.
Football down at the 25-yard line. CAK defense is like, what have we got to do to get off the field?
Well, I can give you a simple answer.
Stop Ballard. They'll get it to Ballard around left in, and that's what he does. A gain of 9 and a 2nd down and short.
And that's it. The easy answer is you have to tackle J.V. Stinson and you have to tackle Ballard. Unfortunately, that's easy to say, but very difficult to do. And see, Stinson went in as a lead blocker on that play, and I wouldn't want him coming at me as a lead blocker either.
I was about to say, I don't think J.B. Stinson signed up to be a lead blocker, so they give it back to him right up the middle, following blockers. And this is what he does well. Right up the middle, 17 yards, shot out of a cannon, right in front of CB 45, and it's 13-0 Rams.
And you have to compliment this Grace offensive line, too. That is a huge offensive line. Looked like they pulled the left tackle that time to help open up that hole for Stinson. And he took it all the way to the house.
I mean, he's just so quick. Should be flags on this one.
Prior to the snap, encroachment by the defense. Replay the try.
And see, that's the 2nd time they've called encroachments on CAK on an extra point try.
Tell you what, John Ward's going to give it to you with passion.
That's the best way to be. Passionate in all things you do in life.
Extra point to make it a 14-0 game off the right foot of Braden Walker. And the extra point is up, and it is good. 14-0 is our score. Grace with an early lead on OEB Rivalry Friday, presented by Carson Newman.
Brought to you by Food City. It's the Ask Coach Heupel Show.
Hello, and welcome to Ask Coach Heupel. I'm your host, Josh Heupel. Glenn asks, Coach, how does one join the Vol Navy? It's a great question. Well, Glenn, you don't necessarily need a boat. You need a friend with a boat. Always arrive with beef, fresh cut by a Food City butcher, and you'll be welcomed aboard. This has been Ask Coach Heupel. With me, Coach Heupel.
Yep, I see your problem here.
So have you been in this business long?
Oh, I've been taking care of Tennessee Home so long. I came up with indoor plumbing.
Wow.
Bears thought I was crazy. You keep it. I always keep a spare. Just in case I need to make peace with the raccoons again.
Oh, raccoons.
This little guy is coming with me. Trust your frontier to Pioneer.
Create unforgettable memories high above the Smoky Mountains at Gatlinburg Sky Park. Step out on North America's longest pedestrian cable bridge and experience views you'll never forget. Explore our brand new hiking trails, perfect for adventures of all ages. Refresh and recharge with a meal from Smoky Mountain Smash on our newest expansion, Clayton's Landing. Gatlinburg Sky Park, where memories rise above it all.
Miller's got buddies.
So you got pork, 3 sides, buns, and sauce?
And cookie!
Wow, that is a smoking good deal.
Hickory Smoked Daily, so you can treat your family to a great meal anytime.
Not again. Good thing we got extra. Come on in.
Buddy's Barbecue, a smoking good deal.
He has time, gonna take a shot, and it'll be picked off.
Rivalry Friday is brought to you by OEB Law, Carson Newman University, Hearthside Bank, Exterior Home Solutions, Food City, and Aqua Clear Water Systems.
So 14-0 is the score right now. Grace, 1 touchdown by Jace Ballard of 62 yards, and then a 17-yarder by J.V. Stinson. And the Rams are where they've been much of the year, and that is out in front.
Been a great year for Grace Christian as this touchback will move the ball out for CAK to the 20. Want to remind you tonight, kickoffs brought to you by UA Local 102, Steam Fitters, Plumbers and Steam Fitters Union in Knoxville.
Congratulations to this young man, Joseph Garcia from Fulton High School, the first of our 2 FCA Next Mile candidates for huge scholarships from Pilot, Miles of Good. He's at Fulton, DECA member, 4-year member of FCA. He's a volunteer at City Hills Church, and he is a candidate now for one of 2 $15,000 scholarships, or 2 $5,000 scholarships, which we will announce and award during OEB Law Rivalry Playoffs, brought to you by Food City, coming up in November. Warriors with a little trickeration on the inside that will lead to some nice yardage. Break into the outside. Put that football in the outside hand, young man. But a gain of 15 yards, but a flag comes in.
That's Sawyer Anderson on the carry. He's been handling quarterback duties for CAK for most of the season. Oh, they're going to call a personal foul on CAK.
Personal foul on the offense. 15-yard penalty. Replay first down.
So I don't know what the personal foul was, but it happened during the play, so it will remain first down, and it happened upfield. So, okay, you just saw it on the replay there. So it'll be 1st and 12, it looks like.
Yeah, I mean, not catastrophic.
No.
You know, you essentially you lost the gain, and then you're behind the sticks by 2 yards. It could be worse.
Yeah, could be.
Good look from behind the play there. As the quarterback going to take a shot downfield, has a receiver, just overthrows him. Goodness, he had Hunter Bennett behind the secondary, and Moffitt just overthrows the receiver.
Yeah, Bennett's a junior on this team. He had his man beat, but just could not get to that football in time.
Rivalry Thursday and Rivalry Friday available each and every week on TV on WKNX the KNOX, and then also on WBIR Plus, the digital flagship station of the Rivalry brand, WBIR Plus. All of the games archived each Saturday, so you can watch all of our Rivalry games at WBIR Plus. Handoff off left tackle for just a yard, and will bring up a 3rd down and 8. Glad to know that Austin Price is watching our game from Atlanta as he stopped off there on the way to Tuscaloosa for a game, sending pictures of watching TV on the digital platforms. Need those guys to bring home a win tomorrow. Better keep that quiet before Tim Elrod gets up here. Quarterback looking to throw. He's in. Oh, look at this. This one pops wide open. They'll get the first down. A nice job by Moffitt to find Canna, just a freshman, in what looked like was about to be disaster.
Yeah, faked the handoff, and then just on a wheel route, Canna became wide open because nobody covered him. And great job that time by Moffitt to see that pressure coming and get that football out accurately and on time to Canna.
Well, how's this for a surprising score? First quarter, Science Hill 10, Maryville nothing. Both those teams 6-1 as the Warriors will keep this football on the ground out to midfield. They're honoring George Quarles tonight, and they're losing 10-0.
Yeah, that's not the best way to honor Coach
Welcome
Quarles.
back, GQ.
Yeah. But we've seen a lot of games where it doesn't exactly end up how it started.
No.
And I think your game last night is a testament to that, as well as Halls got out to the early lead over Central.
Yeah, what a game last night, and there were no losers in that one. Just somebody didn't win, as Central got the W 38-35, and they're now in a position with West up 10-7 on William Blunt early. Off right tackle, there goes the big man running over defenders down inside the 40. I'm going to feed Ryan Gibson all night long.
Yeah, they threw the football a couple times, and that helped open up the pass. Went a little wide. That time they were able to go off guard, and now CAK is going tempo. And
still churning the legs. Well, about Melanie's cousin, I'm telling you, he is a tough runner.
Yeah.
Gain of 2.
He certainly is.
Second down and 8. Oh, they'll play fake. Looking to throw, finds his receiver. Big receiver will get the first down. And there's the guy they love to get it to, Colin Kreider, the senior. Nice job by the quarterback, Moffitt, to get outside the pocket.
Yeah, Kreider looks like a tight end. I mean, that's the position he plays, but some guys out there, you don't know exactly. You think, oh, they could play multiple positions. Kreider looks like a tight end, a prototypical tight end.
By the way, keeping you updated on other scores, West has just scored again. Rebels up on William Blunt 17-7. Rebels, a proud program, have got to win tonight to get in the playoffs.
We wouldn't have thought that coming into the season.
First down and 10. Rolling right, looking back. Grace sniffed that out and give the quarterback a lot of credit. They're going to lose yardage, but he looked back for the throwback that was well covered, thought better of it.
And here's what you're talking about.
Looks back, says, nope, maybe not. Now, might have gotten rid of the football here.
He probably could have thrown it away. Oh, man. That tackle right there. Looked like Colton Brooks.
So a loss of 6 yards, a second down and 16 on a drive where CAK has got to find the end zone. Little inside pitch. This will be passing yardage to the outside using the speed. And a big shot on the tackle. Gabriel Linkus felt that one.
Yeah, you'll see it here on this replay. He got popped right there. And that was Caden Weber delivering that big hit to Linkus. I think CAK probably in field goal range at this point, but I don't think they would elect to do that.
Well, they need 6. 3rd down and 9, and does CAK take a timeout? I believe they will take that timeout. Let's take a quick break right now from one of our main sponsors. Grace up 14-0.
Oh, community here is everything. It's great. This Friday night is going to be phenomenal. We've got our fall festival going on before the game. We've got our homecoming festivities. It'll be a huge community event this Friday night. The football game really is just going to be part of it. Community is a big part of what we believe in terms of being a body of Christ and just not doing life alone. You know, that's a real important thing. The results to me is us meeting our standard of what we're trying to do. You know, meeting the mission. The mission of CAK football is we exist to reach the boys through the sport of football and teach them how to be men who love others. Lead courageously, putting others first, having a victory mindset, and pursuing excellence and having empathy, you know, for others. That's what we're about here.
OEB Law is proud to present a $1,000 donation to CAK for their results on and off the field. If you've been injured in a car accident and no fault of your own, call 865-546-1111.
Welcome to CAK.
Yeah, and Chad Spec, thank you. Welcome to CAK. Appreciate that. $1,000 from OEB Law going to the homeschool each and every week. And, of course, that being CAK tonight. Our thanks to Tim Elrod, who will join us at halftime tonight, right up here in the press box as it's homecoming. And we'll follow the homecoming court and have Tim Elrod with us. Can it get any better?
No, of course not. Anytime that you have Tim Elrod around, it's a party.
3rd down and 9. Warriors, the same little inside handoff, and that didn't work.
And they ended up losing a yard, so I'm not exactly sure. It looked like
OEB Law Rivalry Friday is brought to you by OEB Law. Just results, and so far the results being taken care of by the Grace defense.
Ooh, and you see he bobbled the football at first. And so that allowed, looked like Jackson Coffey to get in there. That is the leading tackler for this Grace Christian team.
They got to look to throw. It's a 4th down. Going to take a shot to the end zone. Back of the end zone. Just overthrows the receiver, and Grace will take over the football.
Maybe thought they could catch Grace off guard a little bit, going straight to the end zone instead of just trying to pick up the 1st down. Not a bad throw. Just a little bit off.
So with 3 minutes to go, Grace will get the football and try to go fast-paced here.
And remember, the Rams will get the football to start the second half as well.
First down and 10, 3 receivers. It's Ballard in motion. They'll give Ballard the football. And around left end, just that quickly, he gets 8 yards. Hey, thanks to Colossal Productions, they still have availability for one of their 2 big screens. If you would like to have them for the Alabama-Tennessee game coming your way tomorrow, and we seem to have a picture that is frozen right now, so we will work on that and get our picture unfrozen with a 2nd down and 1. Working on the frozen picture. Welcome to live television. This happens sometimes. And we'll talk you through it as we are resetting our board. And looks like we are back.
So Grace has a 1st and 10 at the 35.
Little live television snafu there. It doesn't matter what piece of equipment you've got. That happens every once in a while. So Grace will hand off right up the middle on a 1st down and 10, and that is a loss of 3 yards. Nice job by that CAK front, and that's Kreider.
And CAK has made some nice plays for loss in this game so far, but the problem is Grace has been able to convert on long downs. So you've got them in the 3rd and long. Didn't matter. They converted. 2nd and long. Didn't matter. They converted.
2nd down and 12. They'll throw it out to Ballard, and look out, Ballard in the open field. And he ducked under when he saw that hit coming.
But just how quickly he was able to pick up about 9 yards right there.
And as we were talking about, let's get back to Colossal Productions as Grace goes quick. If you like your own personal Jumbotron, think Colossal Productions. We'll get back to them right after this play as Stinson on a 3rd down and 3 will go nowhere and bring up a 4th down for Grace at their own 43. And Colossal is available for the Alabama game tomorrow night. They have 2 big screens. You can scan that QR code and they will be out there with the portable Jumbotron for you. Look at that tailgate. That's what you call a tailgate. Colossal Productions. 4th down and 2 for Grace. And are they going to run a play, or are they just trying to get a free 5 yards with 1:10 to go?
Yeah, I think they'll just run the clock down, try to hard count, and then maybe take a timeout or take the 5-yard penalty and punt this one away. Because there's less than a minute on the clock now.
Clock is running, and it stops now on the timeout. And we'll take a quick break with them.
Hey guys, it's Naomi and Megan. We're so excited to see you guys on New Year's Eve for the exciting ball drop.
Come hang out with us until midnight and watch that ball drop.
It's going to be so much fun. Food trucks, live music, all kinds of good stuff. You can even skate with us.
Handoff off right now. Look at here. Touchdown. Welcome back to CAK. Let's head down to Sophie Starkey and kind of set up the Matlock kick for tires. Okay, who do we have? What are we doing?
Hey, Mark, so we actually have the coach's son here. You can come in here. This is Callan Spec. He's in 8th grade here at CAK, and he's going to be kicking for some tires later.
All right. So ask him, is he confident?
Mark, I lost you a little bit there.
Is he confident?
Are you confident?
I think so. I was practicing. I made a few. I missed a few, but I think I feel pretty confident.
He was actually practicing a lot farther back than the kick will be, so we'll see how it goes.
We'll see what happens. All right, we'll come back to you in just a few minutes. It looks like Grace is lining up to go for it at their own 43-yard line. 4th down and 2. I don't know if I'd call this a roll of the dice with the way they've been running the football.
Yeah, I would be surprised here if they didn't just try to take a shot at the end zone. Maybe have a lot of confidence in your defense. Know that there's just a minute left and see if you can get a score here before the half.
With Ballard and Stinson, they'll run Ballard wide. He's got to get to the outside. Ballard's not going to get there. And the CAK defense will hold with under a minute to play in the first half.
That is a huge defensive stop by CAK. Get some momentum in a short field. You've only got 46 seconds to work with. You don't have exactly what I would call a big play offense, so you've got to go in a hurry. But, hey, a huge opportunity here.
Well, they flat strung out that play.
Yeah, they certainly did. And that's a safe play, honestly. You think maybe you get Stinson out as the lead blocker to the outside and your speedster and Ballard. Normally you can pick up 2 or 3 yards. That is a huge stop for CAK.
Aerial coverage is brought to you by Gatlinburg Sky Park. The mountains are calling. They've got the sunrise breakfast through October and into November at Gatlinburg Sky Park. Spectacular shots tonight on OEB Law Rivalry Friday. Warriors know they need to score. Quarterback trying to get to the outside and will just sling this one out of bounds to save the loss. Should have done that earlier, but this time Moffitt thinks about it.
Yeah, well, see, he had a receiver in the area, so that made it probably a lot easier. Tried flipping it to him, but it was out of bounds. Looked like he had Baker Sturchie there. The pass ball's incomplete, stops the clock. 40 seconds.
Looking to throw. Moffitt finds his receiver. Catch is made right near the sticks, and that will stop the clock with 30. Well, it should stop the clock anyway. And Chad Spec is saying that the clock should have stopped. I think the clock probably needs about 3.5, 4 more seconds on it. Yeah, Chad Spec is asking for 3 more seconds on the clock. And that's the conversation that they're having right now.
You got to call somebody up there. We don't have anybody up there.
So John Ward essentially saying we've got to tell somebody up there to add 3 seconds to the clock. And they'll add 2.1 seconds. I invite you once again to join us tonight over on WBIR on the Blitz. I'll leave here and head over to the WBIR studios to co-anchor the Blitz tonight with Elijah Nixon. Looking forward to that. All your scores and highlights coming up tonight on the 10 Sports Blitz, as Emily Ray Cochran and Camille Gear have you covered from Tuscaloosa, Alabama, to get you ready for a little game tomorrow against the Crimson Tide of Alabama.
Now, are you going to be able to do that to co-anchor? Have you ever done that before?
Never done it. Never done it. Started that show 30 years ago. It's been, I told somebody I didn't have Plexiderm under my eyes, and I wasn't using shampoo that changed the color of my hair when I started that show. And I looked about 11. First down and 10. Moffitt play fakes, has time, going to take a shot to the end zone, and shouldn't have thrown that football. Literally, the wide receiver was not open, but the defensive back was, and Chris Tolliver comes up with the pick.
Yeah, that gives Grace the football back with 27 seconds left, with some major playmakers. I mean, don't count out the opportunity for Grace Christian to get some points on the board before halftime here.
So for Grace at this point, you've got the football inside your 5, about the 1 yard line, just to push the pile forward and get out of jail.
And someone has called a timeout. Grace took a timeout.
Going to be taken here. Rivalry Thursday is brought to you, as always, by Food City, your official tailgating headquarters. Once again, a Tennessee game tomorrow night. Whether Tennessee is at home at Neyland Stadium or whether they're on the road, everyone's going to tailgate. Place that order online at Food City, your tailgating headquarters, and they will have you covered for your tailgating experience. Mark Becker along with Aaron Harvey up here in the press box. Glad you're with us tonight. The score's 14-0. CAK hanging around the chicken coop, but they got to get in the end zone.
Well, they've shown a little bit of confidence on defense being able to get that last stop, because they had a 3rd and short, stopped them. A 4th and short, stopped them. That is a momentum builder for this CAK team.
And then you had some conversions that got called back because of flags.
That's right. Yeah.
So whatever's gone against them has gone against them, but they're still hanging in this game. If they get to the half at 14-0, you get to that locker room, you talk about it.
Yeah, it's a full new half to play. If Grace can outscore you by 14 in the first half, you can outscore them by 14 or more in the second half and win this football game.
Just got to do it early.
Yep.
Got to do it early in the second half. You don't have much time to make a comeback. As for Grace right now, just trying to get out of jail, free card right here.
They're going to line, it looks like, Ballard up in the Wildcat. Probably not a bad idea.
CAK with only 1 timeout left. And do they use it here to make them snap it again, or do they just get to halftime? I think they're just going to let the clock run. So CAK got the football to start the second, to start the game.
Right.
So, in other words, second half, Grace will get the football to start the second half. And that will take us to halftime. 14-0 is the halftime score. And with that said, Sophie Starkey will make her way out onto the field with Joe Matlock. And we'll get the kick for tires out of the way before homecoming festivities here on OEB Law Rivalry Friday, presented by Carson Newman. And it is brought to you by Matlock Tire. Multiple area locations of Matlock Tire. And our thanks to Joe Matlock, a CAK alum coming back home. And I said, you know what? Somebody needs to win the tires tonight. He can't come back to CAK and have somebody kick an onside kick, which we've seen before. So we've got to do everything to have a chance for somebody to make the kick for tires. And Sophie Starkey down on the field. Do we have that tonight?
We could have it tonight, Mark. I'm here with Joe Matlock from Matlock Tires. He's actually a CAK alum. How does it feel to be back here tonight?
It's surreal being back on the field. I'm still waiting on them to retire my jersey, but I know it's going to happen soon. So,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, Mark, we're still waiting on our player here. Come over here. So this is 8th grader. We introduced him to you earlier. The coach's son, Callan Spec. How are you feeling right now?
I'm a little bit nervous, but I think I got it.
I saw you practicing earlier. Are you feeling, looking at those uprights, like you're going to get some tires tonight?
I think so. I think so.
All right, let's see if he can do it.
Here we go.
We're going to move over here. You go ahead and get set up.
I'm just going to tell I think they brought in a ringer.
Ladies and gentlemen.
All right, here we go.
For tires is on the field.
You got it.
35-yard field goal for a free set of tires. This is worth about $1,000, by the way. Oh!
And he does it!
He drilled it!
There in the student section. He's an 8th grader, by the way. Students could not be more thrilled. Your score here, Grace Christian 14, CAK 0. The Carson Newman halftime show starts now.
Hey, East Tennessee, ready to save big? It's all at Hammer's Dry Goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock-bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks? Ladies' game day gear? We've got it all, and it's priced to move. And when you shop Hammer's, you keep your money local, supporting our schools, our students, and our community. Hammer's Dry Goods. Tradition, value, hometown pride, and savings you can feel. Get to Hammer's today.
High school sports is bigger than the players in the game. It's all about communities, screaming fans, the bands, cheer teams, and mascots. Oh, and the dogs. Just like high school sports, OEB Law is all about results. Hi, I'm Tim Elrod, and the OEB Law team is dedicated to giving you the game-winning results you deserve. OEB Law, just results. 546-1111.
Kathy Mae Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy Mae Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
In East Tennessee, work isn't just a job, it's who we are. For over a century, Plumbers and Pipefitters Local 102 has helped to build this region from the ground up with sweat, skill, and pride. Don't gamble on unskilled labor. At Local 102, our members train in a state-of-the-art facility with advanced real-world instruction, ensuring they deliver top-tier work from day one. Good work, good wages, local jobs. Local 102. Building today, fighting for tomorrow.
Welcome back. Time now for the Hammers halftime, by the way, as homecoming festivities down on the field Tim Elrod's done this a time or 12 with his daughters on the homecoming court over at Anderson County, if I remember correctly.
Go Mavs.
Is this correct? You've done this before?
Yeah, I was fortunate enough for my two girls to compete in that, and they were fortunate enough to win, and that's a big
of course
thing.
They were, yeah. That's a fundraising event.
Well, and it always goes to the next level. But the whole Queens Court, that whole bringing the community together to raise funds for the school through the homecoming court is good. It's traditional. I love doing it, and it I'm sure they did too.
Here's what's cool. It's 14-0 at the half. Grace has the lead on CAK, and a lot of people don't know. You and I had conversations about expanding to add this OEB Law Rivalry Friday for a few years. Brad Jones and his crew's done a wonderful job in Roane and Anderson County and Morgan County. And Fridays, it's been a busy schedule, but we've had a lot of fun and have had some great games for this community.
Well, I mean, I think that just speaks volumes to football in East Tennessee. A lot of people think that high school football is not like college football. It doesn't have the glitz and the glamour. But when you come out to these games, they do. And they got the players, too. But having Rivalry Thursday, being able to do Rivalry Thursday and Rivalry Friday just shows me that East Tennessee loves football, and they love the show we put out.
Well, and I was about to say the show, but this is part of it right here. You see the homecoming court. Grace and CAK come together, two private schools in West Knoxville that come together, and homecoming. Our oldest daughter went to CAK, middle daughter Hardin Valley, youngest daughter Farragut. I mean, we've kind of been all over the place. You miss those Thursdays and Friday nights.
You do. You miss them, but at the same time, when you can get back into the groove of doing them, your heart's in it. And that's just like you. When we took this on at the beginning of the year, there was a lot of unknowns. There was a lot of unknowns.
A lot of sleepless nights.
Well, a lot of sleepless nights. You're driving to Memphis to go to soccer games one morning, and then, all that jazz. But Brad Jones and his crew, they've been doing those Roane County, Anderson County games for years and years and years, and their broadcast just got so much love out of those communities that why not take it the next step?
Here's what I'll say is, and I just be honest with you, last week when we did Grayson Sevier County, it was the #1 show on TV in the ratings. Beat NBC, ABC, CBS, and Fox with high school football on KNOX the KNOX. And I said to you, and I said to my wife, and I said to Brad Jones, I said, of all the things that I've ever been a part of in my broadcast career, I think that was the coolest thing, to go from where we started to where we are now doing the broadcast. And last week was an incredible game, and tonight's is as well.
Well, you got to have the incredible games, but you also have to have
community games.
You also have to have the production of it. A lot of people can go watch something online or stream it or do something like that, and they're not going to get the quality. They're just not. And I think all of East Tennessee would echo that as well, because you and your production unit, working with Brad, has made Friday something special that I know everyone's already looking forward to next year. And on top of that, you also have the Rivalry Thursday. So high school football being produced like ESPN, like you view on Saturday.
What a finish last night, by the way.
Wow.
Central 38-35.
Battle of Black Oak Ridge. What do you expect? I mean, those people.
Next week, we've got Oak Ridge at Farragut on Thursday, and then Heritage and Gibbs on Friday, and a very important game. And then that last week of the season with West doing what they're doing against William Blount tonight. That Thursday game of Powell at West will be a very important game.
Huge game.
And then Alcoa, Anderson County. Can the Mavericks show up and shock the world against the Tornadoes?
I'm glad it's on Halloween.
What are you coming at?
Maybe they'll come with some tricks or treats.
What are you coming as, a greasy lawyer? What are you coming at?
No. I'm just an ambulance chasing lawyer. There's a big difference. I help people. They just sometimes don't.
We laugh about that, but I do want to say this in all seriousness. I've said this before. You've helped our family in some legal situations. Turn your wreck into a check is just a phrase. But you're there for community in more ways than one.
Yeah. If it's giving back, that's one thing. But if it's, helping somebody out with their divorce, maybe it's just a simple thing and they just need some paperwork drawn up. They want to have the confidence rather than getting it off the computer. Let a lawyer draft it up, get it filed, and walk you through it. Or if you're in the car wreck, of course, everybody knows that. But yeah, if you've had some run-ins with the law, you know, we can help you out with that too.
We appreciate you, man. We appreciate you. Tim Elrod and OEB Law, incredible supporters of what we do with Rivalry Thursday and Rivalry Friday. Okay, we got to take a quick little break right here. Love the spot here that Ryan Nichols did, State Farm agent. We were over in his neck of the woods last night, over in the Halls area. Check out the spot here from Ryan Nichols of State Farm.
I love that spot.
Hey, welcome to the Nichols Agency. I was just telling another story about how my dad started this thing in 1980. Let me introduce you to a few of our newest team members. Hey, El Diablo Roja, que tal, amigo? Appreciate you, buddy. That guy works so hard for our customers. Real ladies' man, too. Mr. Panther, how's your day going? Appreciate you, champion. Great pedigree on that guy. Mr. Ram, anything I can do for you today? Thank you so much. Who knew Rams could play such good soccer? Mr. Warrior, what's going on today? Appreciate you helping out our customers. You got it. Check out the All-Stars business today. What's going on, fellas? Excellent. We'll see you at Rivalry Thursday.
Yeah, and great stuff there from Ryan Nichols, along with Laura Ash, Scotty Dykes, our agents from State Farm. Hey, coming up tonight on the WBIR 10 Sports Blitz, Elijah Nixon and I've got you covered. Oakdale and Greenback highlights the 10 tailgate game of the day. Grace and CAK highlights, obviously, from this game right here. Alcoa is at Heritage. The highlights of that game, and then, of course, the game of the night, West and William Blount, how that will change things in Region 2-5A. Let's catch a break. Your halftime score on the Hammers halftime. Grace has a 14-0 lead on CAK.
Hi, I'm Matt Marshall with Exterior Home Solutions.
Hi, I'm Dustin Woodson, also with Exterior Home Solutions.
We are now easier than ever to find, right off of I-75 and Merchants Road.
It's a new location, but the same trusted expertise in roofing and siding that you've come to trust over the past 25 years.
Local quality craftsmanship, licensed and insured.
For the best and most trusted name in roofing and siding, scan the QR code on your screen.
Exterior Home Solutions, when it has to be the best.
Here in Knoxville, fall is about community, comfort, and of course, football season. At Ted Russell Lincoln, we believe that your drive should be just as memorable. Step inside a new Lincoln and discover thoughtful design, quiet luxury, and technology that makes every trip effortless. And right now, finance select new Lincoln models at 0% APR for 48 months. From weekday drives to Saturday tailgates, Lincoln delivers luxury and comfort for every season. Come see us at Ted Russell Lincoln.
Hey guys, we got a special guest coach today. Catholic alum, Tennessee great, Cooper Mate.
Thanks, Coach. Let's see what your boys got.
That's it. Come on. Let's go. Drop.
Hey, bring it up. Nice work today, man. Y'all hungry? Yeah. We got some Auburn's. Let's eat. Auburn's. Real comfort, real food, real good.
More fingers, Mr. Mays?
Yes, please.
What's up, guys? It's Devin Driscoll, owner of D1 Sports Training. We know in 2024, convenience is king, so we have locations not just in Hardin Valley, but now one in Maryville, in Farragut, and in Morristown, with more soon to come. So keep an eye out. We want to bring D1 Sports Training to everyone in East Tennessee.
Hello, I'm State Farm Agent Scotty Dykes. Our office is located in Harriman, Tennessee, where we've been here located for over 25 years. Our office offers life insurance, homeowner insurance, auto insurance, and other investment products. Please pay us a visit, and we would love to do business with you.
Life is too full of opportunity to be left in the dark. Your financial journey can be confusing. When you have questions, we provide clarity. When there's a new opportunity, we're here to help kindle the flame. We root for your success and help you reach your potential. We're the bank that you can depend on for guidance. And we're always within reach.
Brought to you by Food City, it's the Ask Coach Heupel Show.
Hello, and welcome to Ask Coach Heupel. I'm your host,
Josh Heupel. Mandy asks, what stands out to you about Tennessee when you compare it to the other places you lived? Great question, Mandy. Right off the bat, I can tell you those other places don't have a food city. In-house butchers, local produce, it's enough to make you evolve for life. This has been Ask Coach Heupel. With me, Coach Heupel.
Hey, you are watching the Hammers halftime show here at CAK. It's the halftime score on OEB Rivalry Friday, brought to you by Carson Newman. 14-0. Grace has the lead on CAK. So coming up tonight, as I said, on the 10 Sports Blitz, we've got all the highlights of all the games. But next week on Rivalry Thursday, our two games, two pretty good ones. Let's check in with Austin Price and Eric Kane.
Yeah, fantastic finish here at Rivalry Thursday. As Central battles back, takes down Halls. Of course, tonight it's Grace at CAK. Next week on Rivalry Thursday, looking forward to this one. It's going to be Oak Ridge at Farragut.
No doubt about it. And Oak Ridge is a bit banged up. Farragut trying to get some traction going. This is a big region game. The last few years been a non-region game, but now with Oak Ridge moving up into 6A, it's a region game. Can Oak Ridge stay undefeated next week on Rivalry Thursday? This is a game where you don't have Will Presley. He's out for this game. We'll see about Demillion Porter, who is also potentially out for this game. An Oak Ridge group that's banged up. I think it'll be interesting to see how those two battle it out next week.
Yeah, and then on Friday, a game I'm looking forward to, Heritage at Gibbs in my neck of the woods.
Yeah, Gibbs has got to win. They got to win out to get the 2 seed. Got to continue to do things. Got to continue to play, kind of truck along in that season. Big game. Heritage has to have the win to get in the playoffs.
Yeah, and guys, thanks. Looking forward to next week. Two great games, Oak Ridge and Farragut. And, of course, that Friday game, Heritage and Gibbs. By the way, the West Powell game, which is 2 weeks from Thursday, was kind of wondering what was going to happen, as there's our games next week, Oak Ridge at Farragut, and then Heritage and Gibbs. Two games that both have a lot of playoff implications on the line in both of those. But I started to say, as Joe Matlock joins me in the booth, I was a little concerned about the last Thursday game, as West has had such a difficult season. West had to get a win tonight over William Blount for the Powell-West game to mean anything, with 38-7 West at the half. So I think the Rebels are back.
I think they're doing just fine.
Hey, The kid drilled the kick down there. Here's the deal. I got to be honest with you. There have been times where we've had onside kicks for the onside kick. And I thought when you came back to CAK, we really needed the kid to have a chance to have a celebratory return to CAK. So I got Chad Spec's son.
Yeah, I found out after the fact. Got to meet him, super nice young man. He said, yeah, I'm the coach's son. I'm the middle school kicker, and I've been practicing all day. I said, well, these are 3 important things to know.
Yeah.
Well, good luck.
So you're okay with that? We're still friends?
I'm great. It was fun.
We're still good. Tell us about all your locations, because you guys have got a number of locations.
Yeah, we have 5 stores. Lenoir City is our original. Started in 1953. We have Farragut, Hardin Valley, Maryville, and Athens. So we have currently 5 stores, hoping to grow at some point, but currently 5. Serve several communities, obviously. We like to be invested in each.
Yeah.
High school sports, churches, charities, organizations. So we really like to get involved in each community and get a foothold in it.
You know what's funny is a few years back when I called you and asked you to meet me for coffee and said, I got this crazy idea. What do you think about doing this kick for tires? And you're like, I guess. I need to talk to Dad and see what happens. Here's the thing. For community, I don't know that there's anything more visible and fun that I appreciate the opportunity of you guys every week giving back.
Man, we enjoy it so much. Like you said, when we first heard the idea, I thought, I don't know. But we did it. We signed up, did 3 years, and the first game in, I thought, this is going to be a hit.
Yeah.
Because the next day at work, we were getting people constantly coming in, hey, I saw that kick. I saw that kid miss that kick. That was funny. So it's been a big hit.
So now, how many kids have we had make it this year so far?
I think the ringer tonight makes 4.
The ringer?
The ringer, yes.
So are you asking me to okay, and we can't say this is fixed or anything, but I mean, look, it's tonight I kind of got a ringer. I did. I got a ringer on you tonight.
That's okay.
Tonight was a setup.
It's okay. If we're going to do it, we had a good crowd. Students had fun.
I mean, you're back at home.
Back at home.
So,
like I said at halftime, I'm still waiting on my jersey retirement ceremony. It may happen tonight. I don't know.
They got to get Todd House statue at CAK first, okay? I'm just saying they got to get him first. Hey, Joe, is your dad doing okay?
Yes.
I know your dad had some physical issues, had some heart issues.
Yeah, had triple bypass surgery.
Okay.
Surgery went great. Recovery is going well. He's not a very patient person, so he's itching to get back. That's a shock.
About?
Yeah, he's doing well. Thanks for asking.
As always, can't thank you enough for what you do for community. That is Joe Matlock of Matlock Tire. Halftime score is Grace up on CAK 14-0. Time for us to step aside. Second half when we come back on OEB Law Rivalry Friday, brought to you by Carson Newman. Second half
Brought to you by Food City. It's the Ask Coach Heupel Show.
Hello, and welcome to Ask Coach Heupel. I'm your host, Josh Heupel. Jim asks, Coach Heupel, got any tailgating tips? Boy, do I. Jim, did you know Food City's gourmet burgers are handmade in-store by a certified butcher? Saturday is almost here. Are you game day ready? This has been Ask Coach Heupel. With me, Coach Heupel.
Yep, I see your problem here.
So have you been in this business long?
Oh, I've been taking care of Tennessee homes so long, I came up with indoor plumbing.
Wow.
Bears thought I was crazy. You keep it. I always keep a spare. Just in case I need to make peace with the raccoons again.
Oh, raccoons.
This little guy is coming with me. Trust your frontier to Pioneer.
Create unforgettable memories high above the Smoky Mountains at Gatlinburg Sky Park. Step out on North America's longest pedestrian cable bridge and experience views you'll never forget. Explore our brand new hiking trails, perfect for adventures of all ages. Refresh and recharge with a meal from Smoky Mountain Smash on our newest expansion, Clayton's Landing. Gatlinburg Sky Park, where memories rise above it all.
Miller's got buddies. So you got pork, 3 sides, buns, and sauce?
And cookie!
Wow, that is a smoking good deal.
Hickory Smoked Daily, so you can treat your family to a great meal anytime.
Not again.
Good thing we got extra. Come on in.
Buddy's Barbecue, a smoking good deal.
He has time. Going to take a shot, and it'll be picked off.
Rivalry Friday is brought to you by OEB Law, Carson Newman University, Hearthside Bank, Exterior Home Solutions, Food City, and Aqua Clear Water Systems.
At time now for the second half as we're about to get things started. 14-0. Grace has the halftime lead on CAK. Mark Packer along with Aaron Harvey tonight up here in the broadcast booth. And you take a look at the first half stats brought to you by OEB Law. Wow, look at this. You know, I'm kind of surprised it's as close as it is because Grace has run up and down the field just a little bit.
Yeah, that's what it's looked like. And I was just outside talking to our stat guy, Coach Dan Shoemaker, and he said, you know, to me, the biggest difference in this game is the fact that CAK's thrown 2 interceptions because the first one gave Grace the short field, which they went in and scored on, and the second one ended a drive where CAK had a short field. So you take those 2 turnovers away, this is a much different ball game.
So 14-0. If you're CAK, the challenge is as Grace gets the football to start the second half, you've got to get a stop and get the football back because you're hanging around. 2 possessions down, you're okay. 2 possessions down, you're kind of hanging in there. 3 possessions down, you got big problems.
Yeah, you hear coaches talk all the time about how what is so important is the first 5 minutes of the second half. They just create the momentum for the rest of the game. So I think that's definitely going to be true here. The first 5 minutes, can CAK get a stop over Grace Christian, or does Grace take it, go down and score, or take a lot of time off the clock and show that their offense is moving?
All right, so I believe we're going to work our way towards getting down to the sideline, and I believe she is ready. Sophie Starkey is down there, and she has got Matt Price.
Matt, your team's built a team. What was the message to them in the locker room?
I think you got to come out and finish. I mean, everybody's going to come out in the second half with a lot of energy. I mean, they're going to rally right here. So our thing is just take this ball right here, drive down and score, and put some more pressure on them.
And CAK is known for putting a lot of points on the board so far this season. How can your defense hold them from any kind of explosion here?
Well, I think you eliminate explosive plays, make them snap the ball, and if you can get them behind the sticks a little bit with their style of play, I think that really helps us.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, thanks.
Sophie, thank you. Well, a beautiful field here done by Baseline Sports Construction. Will Ferguson and his crew have done such a wonderful job. Not only the field, and you see the Warrior in the turf. What a great shot there by Scotty Liston as you see the Warrior built into the turf itself.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
And then the D zone, which is behind the goalpost. I mean, they did this right. They've got a new track all the way around it. First year for this field. It just pops.
Yeah.
We've got to do the same for Knox County. I did those fields about 10 years ago. It's time for a redo. Have to reach out to the community and find people who want to do that for all of the Knox County schools. Nice job by Stinson to reach up with the left hand, come up with this one, and he says, oh, I'm in trouble. I'm in trouble. Hang on, I'm not in trouble. That's just J.B. Stinson being J.B. Stinson. He ran 75 yards to get 40.
Yeah, that's great field position for Grace, though, to start this game as that kickoff, or start the second half, as that kickoff was brought to you by the UA Local 102 Plumbers and Steamfitters Union out of Knoxville. Go to ualocal102.org for more information, reminding you there is no substitute for UA craftsmanship. But, yeah, J.B. Stinson.
Woo, 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 woo.
Yeah, turns around and goes the other direction and picks up a lot of yards. That's not good. That's not a good way for the CAK defense to start.
Honored up in the press box to have CB45 join us. Hard-working guy today. He was over at Concord Christian. And great job by Concord Christian today as they got a blowout of South Green. Should have thrown a flag when the quarterback, who was playing defensive back, intercepted it for Concord and was running down the field holding up one finger saying he was number one, but Chad let him get away with it. Didn't want Steve Matthews be breathing down your neck.
Anderson on the tackle for correction, gain of 1 on the play.
So,
hey, I will say this, and I've got to bring Sophie Starkey into this. Sophie, you went to Concord Christian, and I was talking about the big football game today. You were surprised they had a big football game out there. Why?
I was. Actually, when I went to school there, they did not have a football team, and when I was out scouting, before the season even started, I saw their uniforms, and I was like, is that my school? And word on the street is that they're actually doing pretty well, so happy to see that.
Hey, by the way, do me a favor, Sophie. Right behind you, wearing the fedora is Darrell Keith. Over your left shoulder. Tap him. Darrell, over your left shoulder. Left shoulder.
Oh, hello.
Darrell Keith. Coach Keith. Ask him how much he loves CAK.
Say it again, Mark.
Ask him how much he loves CAK.
Mark Packer wants to know, how much do you love CAK?
I love CAK very much. They love me when nobody else would.
What a guy. See, now there's the answer. Sophie, good job down there. That is Darrell Keith. He is the former Clinton head football coach who has found a home here, and he's one of my favorite people, and I'm glad that he is having such a great experience over here as they get it to J.B. Stinson.
That's 3 plays so far in this drive, and they all went to Stinson. And Stinson also took the kickoff return. So every single play of this half, Stinson has had the football in his hands as that flag comes out.
The tackle for the Warriors. There is a flag on the play.
Personal foul, face mask on the defense.
Face mask against the Warriors.
15 yards, first down.
By the way, Sophie did a great job just now. I literally threw her under the bus on live television, yet she rolled with it like a pro and did an interview she didn't know she was going to do.
But you said tap the guy with the fedora, and immediately I was like, is Coach Keith down there? Because that's what I remember him for.
The bigger question is, Sophie, did you know what a fedora was when I yelled that?
I'm not going to lie to you, Mark. I did not know.
Okay, I kind of thought that, yeah.
There was a lot of of noise going around. I looked over the wrong shoulder, but we found him. The hat was awesome.
Yeah, fedora is Jarrell Keith. All right, thank you, Sophie. Sorry about that.
No worries.
Okay, all right, yeah. I knew when I said got this fedora, she was going to go, what? First down and 10, by the way. Nice tackle from behind.
And on Coach Keith, I liked seeing him smile there when that question was asked of him. He was a heck of a coach at Clinton and got them a big victory over Oak Ridge in the playoffs. And I know how much that meant for that community. They say Clinton beats Oak Ridge about once every 10 years. And so any victory is sweet for that team. But to get one in the second round of the playoffs, that was, I know that was huge for that Clinton community.
Well, I'm happy for Darrell just because I think he felt a little wronged, and that happens sometimes. There are other coaches at other places that don't like the way the exit happened, and I'm glad that he's having a good experience there. Pass across the middle. Nobody there to cover him. Touchdown as Grace extends the lead to 20-0. And there's the guy we've talked about over and over again. That is number 42 for the Rams. That is Caden Weber.
Yeah, that is, ooh, that's a rough start for the CAK defense there. Hitting Weber, beautiful. So now it's a 3-score game, and it's a whole different ball game here.
Yeah, extra point to make it 21-0, and with the way this Grace team can score points, although the extra point is up, it barely slides through. 9:03 to go, third quarter. Grace extends the lead to 21-0. We'll be right back right after this.
High school sports is bigger than the players in the game. It's all about communities, screaming fans, the bands, cheer teams, and mascots. Oh, and the dogs. Just like high school sports, OEB Law is all about results. Hi, I'm Tim Elrod, and the OEB Law team is dedicated to giving you the game-winning results you deserve. OEB Law, just results. 546-1111.
Hey, East Tennessee, ready to save big? It's all at Hammer's Dry Goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock-bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks? Ladies' game day gear? We've got it all, and it's priced to move. And when you shop Hammer's, you keep your money local, supporting our schools, our students, and our community. Hammer's Dry Goods. Tradition, value, hometown pride, and savings you can feel. Get to Hammer's today.
Kathy May Martin has been making real estate dreams a reality for over 3 decades. Buying or selling real estate is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. Choosing the right realtor is next. Thinking of buying or selling? Call Kathy May Martin at Coldwell Banker Jim Henry & Associates for all your real estate needs. Rest assured, with Kathy's knowledge and experience, you will be on the winning team.
In East Tennessee, work isn't just a job, it's who we are. For over a century, Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local 102 has helped to build this region from the ground up with sweat, skill, and pride. Don't gamble on unskilled labor. At Local 102, our members train in a state-of-the-art facility with advanced real-world instruction, ensuring they deliver top-tier work from day one. Good work, good wages, local jobs. Local 102. Building today, fighting for tomorrow.
Rivalry Friday is brought to you by OEB Law, Carson Newman University, Hearthside Bank, Exterior Home Solutions, Food City, and Aqua Clear Water Systems.
And a new score, 21-0. Grace with the touchdown. And now for CAK, you get in the we need to get some respect spot of the game.
Well, I said the first 5 minutes matter. That's what a lot of coaches say. The first 5 minutes aren't over yet. So CAK can still get some momentum going. But you're down 3 scores to a team that can score as quickly as Grace can. It's going to be tough to come back. Just like Coach Price said in his interview coming out of the half.
By the way, West just scored again, 45-7 over William Blount. So I think a statement game for the Rebels tonight. And it's going to be really interesting to see what happens when we get to the playoffs, as Grace will bring pressure right up the middle. In Region 2-5A, whoever the 4 seed is going to go to Sevier County to play the defending 5A state champions. And that team's not going to be Powell. It's probably not going to be Central. Probably not going to be Halls. It's very likely going to be West.
Congratulations, Sevier County. You got West, a very talented team that got off to a slow start to start the season, but now it looks like they're playing very good football as another flag comes out. That's rough if you're Sevier County. That's a really rough.
Well, you don't want to play
matchup.
a West team that's the state champions from 2022 and 23.
Right.
Second down.
But if West is starting to finally hit their stride, like we know they can because they are a very talented football team, that's definitely not somebody you'd want to see in the first round.
And I will say now, I mean, that's probably one we're strongly going to consider for OEB Law Rivalry Friday, which is brought to you by Food City, that first Friday night in November. I do know this. I know we're always welcome over at Sevier County, and appreciate Todd Loveday and Brian Ashley. So, Warriors will look to throw. This one is tipped away. We have a request over here that they put an elevator in at Sevier County from one Brad Jones.
That's a lot of steps up to the press box. Yeah, and Brad's got a ton of equipment.
I don't know which is worse, him carrying gear up there or you taking the Jim and Nick's all the way up there.
I did that. Yeah, I did do that. I don't know, though. There was more equipment than Jim and Nick's.
3rd down and 12 for the Warriors. Rolling left, needing to throw this one across his body, and that one knocked away, and a punting situation for the Warriors.
And speaking of Sevier County, they're in a little bit of a dogfight tonight, taking on Tennessee High. That score tied at 7 right now.
So the Warriors will punt this one away, down 21-0. You start watching that clock, as you would think Grace would start running the football a lot, although that's like a high-powered offense for most people. Hey, congratulations to the second of our 2 FCA Next Mile Scholarship candidates, and it is Camille Fago of Farragut, and she's got an impressive resume. Track and field, youth group leader at Fidelis, FCA group leader, 4.2 GPA, and Academy Ambassador co-captain. Brought to you by Pilot's Miles of Good, as Pilot is funding this scholarship, 2 $15,000 scholarships, 2 $5,000, and we will announce them during our 4 playoff games in November. Maryville, by the way, came back to take the lead over Science Hill 14-10 at the half. They'll throw this one. This is a backward pass rushing yardage for Jace Ballard. I'm going to go off the off course here, Aaron Harvey.
Okay.
Do you give Tennessee any chance tomorrow night?
Of course I do.
Do you pick Tennessee?
I typically try not to pick Tennessee games, especially like if I'm gambling or something, because I know that
Thanks for that.
I know that it's there's a lot of bias there, and I know that I can't get my heart out of it. So having said that, yes, of course, I'm picking the Tennessee Vols.
They'll throw this one out to Ballard. Nice open field tackle.
Because if that tackle doesn't happen by Kyler Cook, that is a huge gain by Ballard on that play. And that brings up a 3rd down. Hey, you know, it's early in this 3rd quarter. CAK, if they can get a stop here, they can get the football back. Down 3 scores, it has to start now if you're going to try to make a comeback.
Got to get a stop right here on 3rd down and 4. You start keeping your eye on that clock as we're under 7 minutes to go in the third quarter. And a roll to the right, throw back to the left. CAK is there, can't make the tackle, and T. Higgins will take it into, kidding, it's not T. Higgins, but it looks like him.
It does. I'll give you
into CAK territory.
Said that's Braylon Mathis for Grace, and Mathis is an 8th grader.
Alcoa now up 40-0 as they've called off the Tornadoes, or in most cases called off the Dogs. First down and 10 at the 43. I said they'd be running the football, and then they come up to throw the football. I'll have to ask CB45 if he's got to be over at Walmart in the morning at 3:30, or if he wants to come over and sit in and watch the 10 Sports Blitz in person tonight at WBIR. You coming to watch the Blitz? You coming? Okay, says he's coming. All of our games on WBIR Plus and WKNX, the KNOX on TV. Inside handoff to Stinson. Yeah, I can't thank Chris Protzman enough, general manager of WKNX, the KNOX, for his belief in what we do. A couple years ago, we made the switch over, and I always knew that this station had a spectacular 1080i signal that was non-compromised, and it's given us the opportunity to put out some real crystal clear video. 3rd down and 8.
Another nice opportunity for this CAK defense.
Warriors could sure use a turnover. Getting a roll to the right.
Oh.
Looking to throw, and that catch is made for a first down near the 30-yard line.
And that, you know what, Grace, they're going to run the football a lot. And if you're looking at stats and all, then you see, like, hey, this is a team that can beat you on the ground, which they proved last week against Sevier County. But, man, when they throw the football, they are efficient.
But you're so worried about the run.
Yeah.
Linebackers are playing up.
Exactly. They can run to set up the pass.
Pigeon Forge up on Cott County at the half. 32-21, defense optional in that one tonight. How about this halftime score? Tennessee High 7, Sevier County 7.
Yeah, that's Sevier County that's a tough game as Stinson breaks out of a tackle, breaks out of another where it's finally wrapped up and dropped. But Sevier County, that's tough. They're in that's a region game with Tennessee High, and it's 7-7 at the half. And then next week, Sevier County has a homecoming game against Huntington, West Virginia. And that's a huge school in West Virginia. And you might remember one Darnell Wright.
I remember him.
He came from Huntington, West Virginia High School, played for that team. So Sevier County has a homecoming game against them next week.
Well, I will say this on CB45 says last night, he said that the team to watch in the playoffs that could shock the world is South Doyle. Halftime score, Clinton 14, South Doyle nothing. Ooh. Timeout taken by Grace. And a quick break and a message from our friends at Hammers.
Hey, East Tennessee, ready to save big? It's all at Hammers Dry Goods. For over 70 years, we've been your hometown store for famous brand men's and ladies' clothing at rock-bottom prices. Need rugged workwear? Sharp casual looks? Ladies' game day gear? We've got it all, and it's priced to move. And when you shop Hammers, you keep your money local, supporting our schools, our students, and our community. Hammers Dry Goods. Tradition, value, hometown pride, and savings you can feel. Get to Hammers today.
Welcome back. Timeout down on the field as the score is 21-0. Grace with the lead.
I've got a random factoid for you.
By the way, halftime is brought to you by Hammers Dry Goods. Brand names, bargain prices, that is Hammers.
That's one of the random factoids I have for you.
Okay, great.
Hammers.
Yeah, continue on.
But also, this is the second game in a row for the Rivalry brand where the field is at a checkered end zone.
Wow, look at there.
Yeah.
That is cool. And neither one of them orange and white.
That's right.
So Grace on a 2nd down and 11. A couple of other scores. Oak Ridge in a dogfight with Hardin Valley, 14-7 Oak Ridge in the 3rd quarter.
That's surprising.
Powell up 10-7 on Jeff County in the 3rd quarter. 2nd down and 11. They'll get it to Ballard right up the middle, and he'll pick up about 7.
So another 3rd down. Going to be about 3rd and mid this time for the CAK defense. You're running out of opportunities to have the football and score, so you need to get the ball back.
3rd down and 6. Catholic trailing McCallie 37-7 as they play in the 3rd quarter, about a mile away from where we are. 3rd down and 6. It's Ballard in motion. They'll look to Ballard, but they'll throw down the sideline and overthrow the receiver as they tried to get it to Weber, and it'll bring up a 4th down and 6. You're at the 27-yard line. It'd be 44 yards from here if you tried to kick the field goal.
Yeah, I don't know that the range is there. So instead, Grace is just going to go for it. Maybe. A hard count here, a 5-yard penalty, makes it 4th and short.
Play clock under 10. And do they take a timeout or do they run the play? They'll line up 3 receivers top of your screen. Brayman's got pressure from behind. He'll take off running and will get the 1st down and then take a shot. The football comes loose. CAK says they've got it. I don't know that the officials agree.
No, they're saying that the runner was down.
The old down by contact thing.
So as but that keeps the drive alive for Grace Christian, which keeps the ball out of CAK's hands.
First down, little slip screen inside to Weber, and just a couple of yards. Keep your eye on that clock as it starts running. Here it is at 8:45, and the clock is under 1:40 to go. Once again, next week on Rivalry Thursday, it's Oak Ridge at Farragut. I think Farragut's got something for Oak Ridge. Oak Ridge in a dogfight right now with Hardin Valley. And then Friday, Heritage and Gibbs. They'll throw this one backwards to Ballard. And Ballard on a 2nd down and 9 will get maybe 4 yards. Everybody in that region, you just kind of know you're going to lose to Alcoa. You take your lumps in that one, and then you turn around and you head over to Gibbs next week for a key game. Heritage at Gibbs on Friday night right here. Third down and 6. Well, the play clock ran down to 0 unless they never started it. And they'll run the play. Stinson inside, cuts back. Stinson shot out of a cannon inside the 5. First down and goal for the Rams down at the 1 yard line. That may be the last play of the 3rd quarter with 13 seconds to go. They'll run the clock and Grace will walk over to the sideline and take the timeout. So that'll take us through 3 on OEB Law Rivalry Friday, brought to you by Carson Newman. It's the Rams of Grace up 21-0 on CAK.
Here in Knoxville, fall is about community, comfort, and of course, football season. At Ted Russell Lincoln Knoxville, we believe your drive should be just as memorable. Step inside a new Lincoln and discover thoughtful design, quiet luxury, and technology that makes every trip effortless. And right now, finance the 2025 Lincoln Aviator at 0% APR for 48 months. From weekday drives to Saturday tailgates, Lincoln delivers luxury and comfort for every season. Come see us at Ted Russell Lincoln Knoxville.
To pay for stuff, spending.
I do not know.
Candy. Spend me. Use me to buy stuff.
It's never too early to learn more about personal finance. At Hearthside Bank, we work closely with our community to help meet your goals and achieve your financial dreams. Hearthside Bank, always within reach. Member FDIC.
High school sports is bigger than the players in the game. It's all about communities, screaming fans, the bands, cheer teams, and mascots. Oh, and the dogs. Just like high school sports, OEB Law is all about results. Hi, I'm Tim Elrod, and the OEB Law team is dedicated to giving you the game-winning results you deserve. OEB Law, just results. 546-1111.
A beacon of hope in a world of high prices. Ted Russell Ford is East Tennessee's #1 volume Ford dealer. At the super dealer, you choose how to conquer the road. Gas, diesel, hybrid, or all electric. Right now, get up to $10,000 off MSRP on select Ford F-150s. Come see the super dealer today at either Ted Russell Ford location, Parkside Drive or Kingston Pike.
Hello, I'm State Farm Agent Scotty Dykes. Our office is located in Harriman, Tennessee, where we've been here located for over 25 years. Our office offers life insurance, homeowner insurance, auto insurance, and other investment products. Please pay us a visit, and we would love to do business with you.
Rivalry Friday is brought to you by OEB Law, Carson Newman University, Ted Russell Ford, and Hammers.
Well, let's start the fourth quarter. 21-0 Grace with the lead, trying to add to the lead inside the 5 on a first down and goal at the 1. And off to JV, right off right tackle, following blockers, and will not get in.
Wow.
Good look down there from Noah Bruin vision, running the sideline camera. Second down and goal at the 1 for Grace, trying to go up 4 scores. Inside handoff, didn't work once, just run it again. Stinson gets in for the touchdown.
Yeah, I think that'll just about do it. So Grace has got a player injured on the field.
Yeah, one of their linemen down on the field. It's been such a treat for the fans here tonight at CAK to have Colossal Productions down on the field and to have their Jumbotron. If you got a Tennessee game, you have a special event, maybe a wedding, maybe a corporate event, think Colossal Productions. Scan the QR code that we'll show you, and you can book your own personal Jumbotron for your event with Colossal Productions. They've got 2 big screens, one of them already booked for tomorrow's Alabama game. But the other one is available. It'd be a late call. You'd have to be calling now. But if you've got a tailgate party tomorrow night and want your own personal Jumbotron, and I will try to show you where it is here on the field. as they've got it down at the end of the field. And we'll just pan right just a little bit as the man is down on the field. And you see that is Matt Price, defensive coordinator, as Justin Price is up in the booth. But there's the screen at the end of the field. And our thanks to Dan and all the great people at Colossal. They bring the screen to each of our games, and we send them a signal from our broadcast. And this our first Friday game that we've done. And glad to have them hooked in and with us.
We got third quarter stats. Total yards, 241 for Grace, 109 for CAK. So it was a lot closer than that at halftime as far as stats go. But in the third quarter, Grace had the ball for pretty much the entire time.
Caden Black, the big offensive lineman, a senior, 275, goes off the field after the Grace touchdown. And the extra point here to make it a 28-0 lead. Nonstop clock is 30 points. So the next score for Grace, if that's the next score, would put us at a nonstop clock because the extra point is up and barely through. Time for a quick break and a message from our friends at Ted Russell Ford.
Here in Knoxville, fall is about community, comfort, and of course, football season. At Ted Russell Lincoln Knoxville, we believe your drive should be just as memorable. Step inside a new Lincoln and discover thoughtful design, quiet luxury, and technology that makes every trip effortless. And right now, finance the 2025 Lincoln Aviator at 0% APR for 48 months. From weekday drives to Saturday tailgates, Lincoln delivers luxury and comfort for every season. Come see us at Ted Russell Lincoln Knoxville.
And our thanks to Andy White, Nick White, and all the good folks at Ted Russell Ford, Ted Russell Lincoln, the official auto partner of the Rivalry brand. Any scores surprising you tonight, Aaron Harvey, out there?
There are a couple. First off, that Science Hill Maryville score.
Last I saw was 14-10 Maryville in the third.
Yeah, and also the Sevier County Tennessee High score is really surprising to
Tied
me.
at 7. Oak Ridge, Hardin Valley. Hardin Valley much improved, hanging around Oak Ridge, and you just wonder about that Oak Ridge Maryville game. On paper, Oak Ridge looks really good. I mean, can they go over to Maryville and play with them? That same night, we'll have Powell and West on TV, and West kind of looks like they're back. 45-7 over William Blount, the last score. Oak Ridge with some key injuries, so you wonder how that will play into their ability to go play with Maryville. And a kick out of bounds, and a flag comes in. Got a nice crowd here tonight. Rivalry Thursday brought to you, as always, by Hearthside Bank, our official pregame sponsor. And our thanks to Hearthside Bank, always within reach. Member FDIC, that is Hearthside Bank.
That kickoff that went out of bounds, sponsored by the UA Local 102, Plumbers and Steamfitters Union out of Knoxville. Business manager Joe Boer. Give him a call. You can find more information at ualocal102.org. So CAK will not force Grace to re-kick. Instead, they'll take the ball 35-yard line.
You know, this Grace team, you wonder as they go through the year. Obviously, they ran into Boyd Buchanan, coached by former Alcoa coach Gary Rankin. You know, you wonder how far this team can go. They are so explosive. They ought to be able to score with anybody, but can they go into one of those kind of teams and knock them off? I mean, I think they've got it in them to do.
Yeah, I was looking at the state rankings earlier, and Boyd Buchanan is ranked first in Division II Class AA. That's a nice pitch and catch there. And Grace Christian was ranked fourth. So the state and the voters in the state think highly of that Grace Christian team.
And what a job Justin and Matt Price have done coming from Campbell County. You know, it's no coincidence that Campbell County has fallen on hard times with them gone, and they were competitive. And now they come to Grace, and they turn Grace into what they are. I mean, the As Austin Price calls his brothers, the boys can just coach.
Yeah, that's obvious.
I'm going to bring Sophie Starkey in here down on the sideline. I guess, Sophie, what we've got to start thinking about is who is the Exterior Home Solutions 6-star MVP? You got a vote?
You know, this is a tough question here, and it's hard not to look at Jace, but we had him last week. I'm looking at J.V. Stinson over here. Okay. I mean, that guy's a bullet, definitely helping move this Grace offense forward.
Okay, so that's your vote of Stinson.
That would be my vote.
Okay, sounds good. I want you to contribute. All right, Sophie Starkey, thanks. She votes for J.V. Stinson.
Well, let me give you a stat line here. Cooper Brayman tonight, 13 of 14 for 128 yards and 2 touchdowns. That's a pretty good stat line.
What's Stinson?
Stinson has 13 rushes for 80 yards, and, well, I guess 81 now and 2 touchdowns.
Okay, Sophie, did you hear those stats?
Braxton Kennedy.
I don't know if Sophie heard those stats we said just now. I'm just wondering if that would sway the opinion. Did you see the pancake block just now? Ooh. I mean, did you see the pancake block? That was an unbelievable block at the line of scrimmage by Colin Kreider. And we missed it there on the replay. Tough run inside. But Kreider with an absolute decleating block.
And a couple of nice-looking runs in a row as a flag comes out late. Be interested to see what this one is. I think some CAK fans were groaning, thinking it was on the Warriors.
After the play, personal foul, number 22 on the offense. That'll be a 15-yard penalty.
Oh, that's so
Well, I
tough.
gave Kreider credit for the pancake block, and they called a personal foul on him. Was it that vicious?
I don't know. That's a big penalty, though. CAK was moving the football.
Clock is at 9 minutes to go in this game. Week 9 of the high school football season about to be in the books. And once again, we invite you to join us tonight, 11 o'clock for the 10 Sports Blitz. As we'll have all your scores and highlights coming your way tonight. CAK rolling out, looking to throw. Nice pitch and catch. Look out here. Look out here. Looking for the end zone from behind and inside the 10-yard line. How about the pitch and catch right there for the Warriors?
And we got another flag. And I dare say this one might go against Grace. We'll have to wait and see.
See what John Ward says down there.
Depending on what the officials saw that were right on top of it, because they got a lot better view of all that than we do in the booth.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, number 7. Half the distance to the goal, first down.
All right, so, and I think you'll be able to see it here on the replay. Just a great catch, but a great run after the catch for CAK. Linkus. And then right here, player gets up and, jaws a little bit.
Well, the Warriors looking to get on the board for the first time tonight. And the inside handoff to Ryan Gibson, reaching for the end zone. Touchdown. Nice effort by Ryan Gibson to get in for 6, and the Warriors are on the board.
Yeah, they're wondering, where's this been? Where's this been all night? It's great to score, but you need at least 3 more of those without Grace scoring, and you're running out of time.
Thanks for raining on the parade, man. They get in the end zone. That's great, but you need 3 more of them.
Well, just trying to be realistic.
Extra point to make it 28-7 with 8:27 to go.
Now, I'll say this. I hope CAK does come back because, you know what? I like watching good football games. Oh, it looks like another flag was just blown as the players were walking off the field.
See, now he's going to be mad about this one. John's going to be mad about the way he says this one. He doesn't like the unsportsmanlike stuff. Here goes. Look at him. Flipping the paper.
After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct on the defense, number 51. Penalty will be assessed on the kickoff.
All right, 2 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties in a row.
I mean, he stopped short of saying, give him 6.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Spectacular shots tonight once again by Scotty Liston Vision. Rivalry Thursday, Rivalry Friday, brought to you by the official apparel partner of the Rivalry brand, that being Bacon and Company. By the way, I've got some playoff apparel I've got to send over there and have the logos put on. Rivalry Thursday apparel. Hey, look, Rees Across America here tonight. And hang on one quick. Oh, good gravy. Hang on. I've got to turn my mic down and get a clarification here. Hang on. I'm going to turn my mic down. I've got to hear what David Gahn has to say.
Yeah, that's a big number if that's what that is. So as we get ready for another kickoff, CAK will line it up after the 15-yard penalty. They'll have a short field to kick. These kicks are sponsored by, kickoff sponsored by the UA Local 102 Plumbers and Steam Fitters Union out of Knoxville, located on Broadway, reminding you there is no substitute for UA craftsmen.
Well, I believe the Rees Across America number tonight may be the biggest that we have ever had. $3,120 collected tonight. And I cannot thank East Tennessee enough to ensure that there are no gravestones for any of our veterans who have paid the ultimate price for our country, that this Christmas season, that we don't get to the Christmas season and they don't have a wreath on their gravestone. And that's what this is for. That is a huge number tonight. $3,120. That really makes me feel good.
Remarkable. Kind of, I think Grace is expecting an onside kick here, and why wouldn't they expect one? That's exactly what happens.
Look for the bell. Goodness. Nice bounce here. Ball is still loose. Ball is still loose. Ball is still loose. And Grace will come up at inside the 5-yard line. CAK had how many chances to get that football?
That is unfortunate for the Warriors. That went about as well as it could go. The only bad thing for them is they didn't get the football.
Look how many opportunities they had. Okay, there goes the ball. There's one legitimate opportunity. There's 2. Where's Dave Casper against the Chargers?
Ooh, man, that could have made a huge difference. Can you imagine CAK gets the ball on the Grace 5-yard line? That football is a funny shaped ball. It bounces weird ways. As Stinson breaks it out.
Stinson's going to add to the stats. Look out. JV Stinson adding to the stats. Cutting back inside down inside the 40 to the 36-yard line. And from the 3-yard line, 61 yards on the run for one JV Stinson.
That was fast.
That happened quick.
Yeah. Huge turnaround, and Stinson is going to come out of the football game now. He was a little bit slow to get up, but he's got his helmet off, and he's running to the sideline, so he's okay. But he'll take a well-deserved break here.
Well, and back to Sophie Starkey's vote for Stinson to be the Exterior Home Solutions 6-star MVP. That didn't hurt.
No, it made a pretty good case for it. So I wonder if Cooper Bremen is
She just messaged and she said, "Did I hear you say you're going with Cooper Brayman?" And I'm like, well, hold on, that run just happened. And here's another run off left tackle. Looking for the end zone down the sideline, reaching and scoring, touchdown.
Caden Weber. So that's a 36-yard touchdown run for Weber. He's had a great game as well.
That's 2 touchdowns for Weber, and the lead goes back out to 34-7 with the extra point to come.
So Weber's trying to make his case, too. He's got 2 receptions for 30 yards, and now he's got a carry for 36.
Walker to attempt the extra point. Pritchard to hold.
So number 10 is my friend's little brother. Number 10.
Extra point to make it 35-7. And the kick is up, and it is good. Grace extends that lead to, you see the drone in the background.
2 plays, 95 yards. And both of those plays were rushes.
Let's take a quick timeout.
In East Tennessee, work isn't just a job, it's who we are. For over a century, Plumbers and Pipe Fitters Local 102 has helped to build this region from the ground up with sweat, skill, and pride. Don't gamble on unskilled labor. At Local 102, our members train in a state-of-the-art facility with advanced real-world instruction, ensuring they deliver top-tier work from day one. Good work, good wages, local jobs. Local 102. Building today, fighting for tomorrow.
And UA Local 102 going to sponsor this kickoff coming up. I want to say big thank you to the UA Local, of which I am a proud member. Plumbers, steam fitters, we got HVAC techs in there, service techs, sprinkler fitters, steam fitters. Give them a call. Go to the website, ualocal102.org, for more information. But I can say that being a part of that union has changed my life, and it is a great career. It really, I would encourage you, and I think UA Local 102 would as well, look at any of the trades. It's a great career. There's nothing wrong with being a blue-collar man, which is what I am.
Well, you are wearing a blue shirt.
With a blue collar, in fact.
I did have to look back on you. CAK with the football inside the 5, and they'll return it out past the 20. Obviously a disappointing night for the Warriors, but I think conventional wisdom coming in had Grace as a favorite.
Oh, yeah,
in this game.
I thought maybe there were some ways that this could be a trap game for Grace Christian, as there's another flag on the play. I think this one's just getting a little bit chippy late. We'll see what Mr.
See what old John Ward's got to say.
Blocking it back. 22 on the receiving team. That'll be a 10-yard penalty. First down.
First down.
So I thought there were some ways that this could be a trap game for Grace Christian. You know, coming off that high against Sevier County, getting that win, that's an emotional win. Plus CAK having a week to prepare for this game, but I think it shows a lot of maturity for Grace Christian to be able to come into this, a rivalry game. No team has played Grace Christian more times in football than has CAK, so it is a rivalry game. And for them to step up and have the game that they had, it's a young team. It's some of their best players are young across the board, but they came into this game prepared, and they really dominated.
By the way, Farragut on the road tonight against a tough Cookeville team, and Admirals in the second quarter have a 6-0 lead. Obviously, they're behind it as it's Central Time Zone. Nice job by the Grace defense getting in the backfield, making that tackle. Jeff Courtney and Farragut doing essentially what they did a year ago. Slow start to the season and then starting to find their groove. And we will have them next week once again as they play host to Oak Ridge. I think Maryville's good. They're up 28-10 now on Science Hill.
Okay, so slow start to that game for Maryville, but they took it over.
Gibbs got the win at Fulton, 51-7. Boy, tough run right there by the big guy, Ryan Gibson. We'll have Gibbs and Heritage next week. Gibbs will be coming off a huge win. Heritage off a big loss to Alcoa.
A big expected loss, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you got to preface it to Alcoa.
But Gibbs is in a really good spot. They got that upset win over Anderson County. That was a huge win for that program. And Gibbs wants that number 2 seed in the region.
Sure they do.
How big would that be?
Well, a home playoff game. It's kind of like we said last night with Central and Halls on Rivalry Thursday, that West and Powell have hogged the home playoff games the last few years. Nice pitch and catch here for the Warriors, by the way. And so now with West, having the struggles they've had this year, that Central or Halls, the winner of that, was essentially going to have the inside track on a home playoff game, which would be big. With West dominating William Blunt tonight, you would think Central would be a pretty big favorite over the Governors down the stretch. And the Kevin Lane-led Bobcats would have a home playoff game.
Yeah, I can't say enough about the turnaround that Central has had this year. We had the Central West game early and didn't really know what to expect because...
Well, I think we thought West was going to beat them easily.
Yeah, for sure. But again, we were looking at West and we were like, this is not the same West team. They got a new coach unexpectedly, and Central had showed promise and a week 1 loss, but the Bobcats came in and West came back early and made that score look better than it was.
Boy, nice little screen play right here, by the way, and it goes to Melanie's cousin, and that's Ryan Gibson, the senior. And a flag comes in late after the play, which is typically in the area of after the play extracurriculars.
Yeah, and you said that Mr. John Ward not a fan of that.
No, here he goes. Great guy, by the way. I love John Ward.
After the play, personal foul, offense number 1, 15-yard penalty, first down.
Against CAK.
So CAK picked up the first down, so that's good.
But
if they hadn't picked up the first down, then you're looking at, second or third and long. Instead, it's first and long. But again, at this point, if you're CAK, a win is pretty much out of the question. You just want to finish the game strong.
Respect. It's a rivalry game.
Yep.
And there's their little inside double reverse. And they've had success with it. Nice tackle from behind, but pretty good little burst there by Sawyer Anderson.
Yeah, I like that play right there. And Anderson getting back into his role, more of an H-back, but has been playing a lot of quarterback for the CAK team because of the injury to Moffitt early in the season.
By the way, I didn't realize this CAK with the pass across the middle. Nice pitch and catch there. Catch is made by Hunter Bennett. I didn't realize how good Chad Speck's kid was going to be kicking the football. I mean, I heard he was pretty good. He could have made that thing from 50.
I think they brought in a ringer. That's what I think. It's like, hey, they're looking for a fan that can kick. Hey, let's go get someone we know can make it. And so they went and rounded up the coach's kid.
Yeah, right over there sitting on the bench. He's the skinny one who looked like a kicker. High snap, inside handoff. And nice piece of running inside the 25. Nice piece of running there by Isaac Canna again. He is a freshman. You build a program around a kid like that.
Good-looking freshman. He's had a lot of great-looking plays tonight. Someone Warrior fans can be excited about. And here he is again. Another good-looking run.
Wow. Still going.
Woo.
Oh, he of the pink shoes running hard.
That was an impressive run right there. Looked like he was running through a corn maze. Well, he was changing directions. Look at that.
Just over 3 minutes to go, clock time. They'll go back to the freshman, and why not? Down to the 5-yard line.
Yeah, he'll come out of the game now. Gibson will come back in. Gibson, more of a power runner, so it makes sense. You get into a goal line kind of situation. You bring in your big guy.
Tough running down inside the 5. You know, great memories here. Our oldest daughter went to CAK, graduated in 2010, and I saw some of the folks coming and taking the spots on the top row where they could use the press boxes to lean back. And my wife just texted and said, do they still have the banana pudding at CAK? I'm like, I have not had time to go get banana pudding. Now, I see the people sitting on the top row, but I have not gone to partake in their banana pudding, although it was really good. I do remember now.
I'm a big fan of banana pudding.
No, it was spectacular. Inside handoff up. Quarterback will keep it and will get in for the touchdown. And there is Seton Moffitt, the sophomore, with 2:06 to go, cuts the lead to 35-13.
After the play, personal foul, 56 White. Score is good. Be on the kickoff.
I like this quarterback for CAK. Moffitt, just a sophomore. And then you've got the freshman running back in Canna. You got to feel good if you're CAK. Not about tonight, but about your future.
Well, the second half score, Mark, is 21-14 Grace. So, I mean, it shows the CAK had some unfortunate things happen. The 2 interceptions in the first half. If the first half ended on maybe a tie, then this is a lot different of a game. You're just looking at a 7-point game. But then you look, if CAK had gotten that onside kick at the Grace 5-yard line, then they could have scored there. But instead, Grace gets it and then scores in 2 plays. That's a 14-point swing potentially. So this game could have been a lot closer than it was.
By the way, I'm going to bring Sophie back into the conversation down on the sideline, and I can tell she's hearing me because she's scurrying around very quickly down on the sideline. All right, so here's the question, Sophie, and I'll let you decide, okay? Stinson, the running back, 16 carries, 141 yards, and 2 touchdowns. Brayman, the quarterback, 13 of 14 for 128 and 2 touchdowns.
Oh, this is tough because Cooper Brayman has had such an outstanding season, having to step in at that starting quarterback position. He did what no one thought he could do, which was take down the defending state champs. Yeah. Now he might possibly beat this rivalry team. It might be hard not to pick him.
Hey, hang on. Can you look in the bag and see if there's 2 helmets and 2 hats?
Actually, there might be. I think there is. I just was over there.
And there we go, the onside kick. If we've got 2 and 2, maybe we'll split it. Maybe we'll give it to 2 guys.
They're both worthy.
Okay, sounds good. All right, Sophie, that's how executive decisions are made right there. Sorry, Aaron Harvey, I didn't give you a vote. I was letting Sophie, decide.
Yeah, well,
is that okay?
I think the co-MVP is a really good idea.
Good way to do it.
Brayman, that's so efficient right there. 13 of 14, 128 yards. But then you look at Stinson, man, that's 16 carries, 141 yards, 2 touchdowns. Like, yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
Listen, I'm all about sharing the love. You know what I mean? The more kids that can be honored and get put on a pedestal, the better. I mean, we talked about having like the whole offensive line, all get it. But I mean, I don't have that many helmets and hats.
Yeah.
I mean, I would run out in a hurry.
But if you have 2, then why not give it to 2 people?
Oh, a little late hit out of bounds. We got a flag there.
Yeah,
Yeah, there's a flag there. A little unnecessary. There we go.
After the play, personal foul, late hit, number 1 on the kicking team, 15-yard penalty, first down.
I love it when that kind of play happens and the kid gets just slung out of bounds, and then you hear this random mom go, "It's just football." the kid got thrown down out of bounds.
Oh, man. Gotta love it.
Now they got the clock running. And they'll stop the clock now. It's always so hard to believe when you get this late in the season. We say we just got two more Thursdays, Oak Ridge and Farragut, and then Powell and West. 2 more Fridays, Heritage and Gibbs, Alcoa at Anderson County.
Well, in Anderson County, playing Union County tonight, and poor Union County, man. But in the first quarter, that was a 10-7 score with Anderson County just winning by 3. But by halftime, I think Anderson County put up about 55 points.
Yeah, I don't know who's going to be able to hang with Alcoa.
No.
I mean, at any level. I mean, they beat Maryville 28-21, and they bludgeoned West 35-0 on Rivalry Thursday, which was just ugly.
Yeah, Anderson County actually put up 65 points by halftime.
Did you see Christian Okoye? They slipped into the game. Only us old people would know who that is.
You got me.
You don't know who Christian Okoye was?
I don't know.
Brad, do you know Christian Okoye? Come on, he was like they called him the Nigerian Nightmare. Played for the Chiefs. And he would just run everybody over. Now, this guy right here is Nick Peen, who's 5'11", 240. Sounds like me after going to Waffle House several nights in a row.
I think we should call him the Nick Peen Hammer.
We're losing control. Well, a reminder, make sure you join us tonight on the 10 Sports Blitz tonight. So Elijah Nixon and I have got you covered, and Camille Gear and Emily Ray Cochran down in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. Get you ready for tomorrow's Vols and Tide game, 7:30 tomorrow night. 10 Sports Blitz tonight, 11 o'clock. Looking forward to that tonight. Seems like yesterday that I started that show. Oh.
This should be the final play of the game.
Should be right here. They'll inside handoff, and that will take us to the end of the game. And Sophie will start working hard to get both of our MVPs, because it sounds like that's what we're doing. She's got hats and helmets and all kinds of stuff. Final score tonight, Grace gets the win, 35-14. They improved to 6-2 on the season. More importantly, 4-1 in region play. CAK will drop to 5-3, 3-2 in region play. And to be continues for the Grace Christian Rams. It's okay, everybody. We're okay up here in the press box. We just are getting attacked by other folks in the middle of the press box. But don't worry. We've got Naomi Jones up here, and she'll take care of it. Well, I look down on the field, and we'll see if Sophie's got to find our 2 Exterior Home Solutions 6-star MVPs. Got to be impressed by Grace. 3-0 on TV this year.
Yeah, well, and they played Boyd Buchanan tough, a team that's considered probably the best team in the state at this division. And that game was really close in the first half. Boyd pulled away in the second half. But this is a Grace team that no team wants to see in the playoffs. And the way the Division II playoffs work, you got to travel all over East, West, Middle Tennessee to find your playoff opponents. So I think Grace is in a good spot to go far in the playoffs. And especially with the way that they work, they can move the football easily by running it, so they can shorten games, but also they can be efficient throwing the football as well, which is something they have shown.
Well, Sophie's down there working hard. I know that they've got the post-game celebration, but I'm sure she's going to pull them away, and I think I see that she's all set up. Sophie Starkey's got 2 Exterior Home Solutions 6-star MVP. Sophie?
Yeah, Mark, I am here with JV and quarterback. I'm so sorry. Live TV. I'm allergic to the field. But, guys, you just took down the state champs last week. This week, your rivals. How are you feeling right now?
We're feeling pretty good. I mean, we're a solid team, so, yeah. I mean, it's what expected.
I'm feeling great, man. It was a big rival, so I knew it was going to be a chippy game. Beating Sevier County, I say we just built that over this game. We're going to build it up to the rest of our games.
And what do you guys think this says about your team? Sometimes there's a little bit of a stereotype that there's a curse after a big win. So did you guys feel like you broke that tonight?
Yeah. I mean, we played good fundamental ball and just came out with a win.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I feel like we had some dual moments at some time, but our coach talked about how some big games could lead to losses. So we did that, and we executed and won the game.
2 big road wins for you guys. Are you excited to be home next week?
Yeah, we're finally getting to play in front of our fans. It's going to be lit.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. We're excited to play in front of our fans. And number 2 from Jace Ballard, he came from that school, so he's going to be excited to play against them for sure.
And both of you guys made it look so easy tonight on offense. What was your mindset individually?
Just be calm, no mistakes, no errors, and just play ball.
Yeah.
I knew they were going to cue me on the offense side of the ball. I knew they were going to try to stop my runs. I had to hit it tight and get what I could get.
Well, thank you, guys. Congrats on the win.
Thank you.
Sounds good, Sophia.
I'm sorry. I must be allergic to the field.
No, that's great. That's good stuff. Just kidding. I had to give you a hard time. I texted you, not you.
Now, Mark.
What? What happened?
Lit means awesome.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Okay. Just wanted you to know.
See, that's kind of like y'all don't know Christian Okoye, and I don't know lit.
Yeah. Lit means awesome.
Just saying.
It's something good. It's awesome.
Well,
amazing.
What a game tonight as Grace gets the win 35-14. Congratulations to them, 6-2 on the season. And now we'll turn our attention to next week. Hey, man, good job tonight. Looking forward to next week, Heritage and Gibbs on Friday night.
Should be fun. I've never been to the Gibbs Stadium. So.
Well, they just made the new stadium last year, so it's my first broadcast on the new home side.
Yeah, that's right, because they played their home games somewhere else.
They flipped the other side.
Yeah.
So there we go. Final score tonight. Grace gets the win 35-14. There are 2 games next week. Oak Ridge at Farragut, Heritage at Gibbs. And we will look forward to both of those games next week. Hey, thanks for making us a part of your night. We'll see you at 11 o'clock on WBIR for the 10 Sports Blitz as Grace improves to 6-2. Have a great night, everybody. We will see you tonight at 11.
Don't miss Beyond the Orange and Locker Room Sundays at 7 p.m. on TVSN.
Hey, I'm offensive lineman Wendell Moy.
And you can check Wendell out on Beyond the Orange on the Tennessee Valley Sports Network.
Then stay tuned for Locker Room at 7:30. It's the Players Show with current players, VFLs, and experts from VolQuest. That's Sunday starting at 7 p.m. on TVSN.